Just go to harrys.com and enter 6630 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6630. Enjoy.
Hey, it's John Kincade, and it's one of the most amazing times of the year because the College Hoops Tournament is finally getting underway after a year absence. And the Parks Sportsbook has an amazing offer for you. Do what I do. Get online with a name you can trust. That's Parks Casino and Sportsbook, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. And my guys, the home team, that Parks Casino Sportsbook app, has easy deposit methods, fast payouts, great odds, and outstanding customer service. Now, for the College Hoops Tournament, the Parks Sportsbook app, my sportsbook app of choice, is offering you a free $50 sportsbook bet for a limited time. That's right, a free $50 bet for all new customers with no deposit required. Download the app in the App Store or go to pa.parkscasino.com and use the promo code FANATIC. That's pa.parkscasino.com and use the promo code FANATIC. Parks Sportsbook. Bet with the home team. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Univet Online Casino, the thrills keep coming. Play hundreds of slots, new and exclusive, plus table games with live dealers at your fingertips. Win weekly jackpots at Univet Online Casino and get nonstop rewards, starting with a $500 deposit match. Download our app or visit pa.unibet.com to get $10 free. Deposit is simple with a credit card or PayPal with a deposit match up to $500. Univet Online Casino. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you okay?
Fine. Just tackling the hall closet. I'm flinging myself into spring cleaning.
I'm going to clean up on Chardonnays at low prices at Total Wine. I want to fling into spring with thousands of wines, spirits, and beers to explore. We can save big and mix up cocktails with tequilas and fruit-flavored vodkas. There's so many choices. Chardonnays, rosés, Pinots, Proseccos.
I'm going to Total Wine with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low prices. Total Wine and more. Drink responsibly, B21.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Dear smart shoppers, ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a new Toyota. Get a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid with $309 a month due for 35 months thereafter with $39.99 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Save now, Toyota.
Security deposit waived on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services for Tier 1 Plus or Tier 3 customers only. Complimentary first month's payment up to $600. Customer responsible for any amount of first month's payment in excess of $600. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for details about costs and terms. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end 3/31/21.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
And the show starts. And I feel a lot fresher than I thought I would this morning. As the 6 a.m. hour begins, Bradford White Water Heaters bringing it to you. Bradford White here for the pro. Good job, Bob Cooney, having the DVR set for the Sixers game, because some of us saw the first quarter and got lulled into a sense of believing that the Sixers would roll to a victory against the Golden State Warriors. I raised my hand. For our Twitch.tv and YouTube viewers, I raised my hand. I'm like, wait a minute, the Sixers are doing me a favor. Because I actually napped for an hour and some and then woke up for the beginning of the game and then watched it. They're up by 21, 22. I'm like, okay, this is fine. I can go to bed. Then I wake up this morning and I'm listening to the radio through Alexa. All you have to do is say, Alexa, play 97.5 The Fanatic. And I hear that the Sixers were trailing in the fourth quarter by 6. Like, I know it's an NBA game, so anything can happen. But more importantly, they take care of business. They win 108-98. Bob has seen a lot more of it, that fourth quarter, because I think a lot of people in these West Coast games, this is what happens. It looked like a game you could put to bed last night. I don't know what happened, but Bob will fill us in. Now, the Flyers game I can tell you all about. That sucked terribly. And honestly, I'm a little tired of talking about it. It's the same poop, different day. There is no passion. There is no energy. There is no confidence. You have really, really good players underachieving. So, honestly, the Flyers are a drag right now. It's a distinct drag. And, yes, if it doesn't change really, really quickly, they're not even going to be a playoff team, which is absolutely an indictment. And the Eagles got a backup quarterback that will cause lots of discussion during the course of the show today. So that's where we begin the 6 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. Oh, and Daryl Morey, you have 33 hours.
Hey, Hazel.
33 hours to get something done. 33 hours.
Hey, how you doing?
Bob, you're going to have to explain how a game like that first quarter was dominant. It was dominant enough that I had no doubt in my mind I could go to bed and that was going to be it ends up being a 10-point win.
John.
Yeah, but I looked at the Warriors too, and the Warriors, they're not anything that I thought was going to be able to make a run on them.
I didn't either. They're not a very good shooting team, obviously, with Steph out of the game. They don't rebound the basketball, which is something that you're going to have to do to get back into a game usually when you're down by that much. Yeah, so the Sixers get up big, and I thought, all right, let me ride this till halftime. And then it gets to halftime, and they're up 14, and I thought, all right, let me just make sure they're going to put this away. And then the third quarter, they looked off. They gave up 40 points in the third quarter.
That's what I couldn't believe looking at it on my phone. I had to go put on my glasses because the small numbers. I'm saying that's not 40.
Yeah, and I'm watching.
How does
I'm just
this team
thinking,
give up 40?
Look, when you go, it's tough. It's tough making that. They had a game Sunday night. I don't know if they flew out Sunday night after the game or if they waited until Monday morning to go out west.
Flew out Sunday night, I believe.
Yeah, so that's
which is what you should do.
My Instagram stalking.
Which is what you should do.
Yeah,
by the way.
and it's tough. I mean, it's just tough to get used to everything. And that first game and their foul shooting was bad last night, and their shooting wasn't that good. That's a legs thing. Third quarter, they give up 40 points. You're like, oh, the legs are catching up to them. They're getting tired. And then they throw this defensive effort in the fourth quarter that I'm watching. I'm thinking, all right, are they going to come back? I'm like, and it woke me up even more. I was like, wow, I did watch the whole game. I couldn't believe how good they were defensively in the fourth quarter. They got 13 points in the fourth quarter, and they just did what they had to do. And Tobias Harris, we talked about this before, John, who's the closer on this team. Obviously, it's Joel Embiid, but man, when they need a bucket, Tobias Harris is turning into gold.
It is it truly is incredible when they put their mind to it, what happens. But Jamie, like when they don't put their mind to it, they can do what they did in the third quarter.
Yeah,
it's
the NBA. It's a league of runs, and runs are always going to happen. Even when they were up last week against Milwaukee game. I tweeted at halftime. I was like, well, the Milwaukee run is going to come, but what an impressive first half. It's just, these guys are too good to hold them down forever. But a credit to Doc Rivers and the way he prepares his rotations and guys for the fourth quarter. He knows where the games are won. And it's not a coincidence that they're winning a lot of tight. I think they're leading the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, in close victories, which is
great stat.
I think less than 5 points, with under 3 minutes to go or something like that. It's not a coincidence that they're excelling there because Doc gets them ready for those final 6-7 minutes of the game.
So, Pat, what we learned is that Bob is the responsible one on the John Kincade show because he stayed up for the entire effort.
We're stupid.
I think I was stupid for turning it off. I should have. But the only thing is, if I had watched even the first half of the second quarter,
I couldn't have done it.
I would have. If I watched the first half of the second quarter, I'm believing it's okay to turn it off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this team. They got me. Like I love watching them.
You love
play.
watching.
I was with you. It's 2 minutes left in the half.
Like, you last longer than I did.
This one's in the bag. Not only was it in the bag, I hopped on my BetMGM app, put a couple of wagers down.
Okay.
On the win margin.
Margin of victory. Why would you do that?
Because I'm an idiot, John. Because I'm a bona fide idiot.
Well, I can't say that to you because
I can say it about myself.
I'm the one who bet on the Flyers in the third period. Not
$3 down the drain.
Okay.
Not last night.
I was going to say, don't run it back again, John.
I know. I'm not.
Sick.
I'm not. So, talk about sick, though, Pat. That's what I wanted to ask you. You as a part of the Flyers radio broadcast, it's abysmal.
It's really bad. It's
I couldn't listen to Tim Saunders last night, by the way, and Coatsy, because I wanted to be able to flip around last night. So I'm flipping around, so I can't do it. The nights I want to flip around, I can't do it. I'm just going to say I was subjected to the blue paint. It's in the blue paint. It's in the blue paint.
Well, John.
What is that? What the frick is that? What is that?
The puck was in the blue paint.
Nobody says that. Nobody says that.
But it was in the blue paint.
What is it?
It's the crease.
At least I didn't hear no call. No call. We did get another, not to make excuses, but, and I wrote it down and Bob heard it too. Not to make excuses, but.
I saw a tweet, and I don't know how true it is because I wasn't listening to the Devils broadcast, but apparently the Devils radio broadcast said this Flyers team has no identity.
There's no
identity.
identity.
It's so true. You watch that team and you go, what exactly is their identity?
Oh, my gosh.
The worst thing that came out of that Flyers game, I thought, last night, first and second period, you're giving up goals with less than 25 seconds to go in the period.
Terrible.
And horrible, horrible goals. And if I see a guy one more time leaning over at the waist to poke check with his stick, and I'll tell you the biggest, he's the best defensive forward in the league, but my God, Couturier, can guys just go after guys? You know, they made one nice play. Sanheim made it last week where there was a guy in front of the net and he didn't wait for the puck and then go after the guy. He just moved the guy away. As the puck was coming, he played the guy and moved the puck. I'm so sick of poke checking attempts with this team.
Well, again, last night, one sequence in the second period. They couldn't get it out of their zone, 4 attempts. And then the next time it got in their zone, they couldn't get it out of the zone. It took the third attempt to get it out. And I'm like, okay, this is peewee hockey stuff. This really is. No offense, Pat. It was peewee hockey stuff that they can't get out. They do not have a breakout. They do not have the ability to get out of their own zone.
No, and they don't have the personnel to have a breakout.
Oh my gosh,
and the coaching staff seems to be unaware how to adjust to it.
I'm really shocked.
Me too, because Alain Vigneault is such a good coach, but it kind of reminds me of last year's Sixers team. It's like you can't adjust the personnel you have.
I got to tell you, though, I'm somebody who has pushed that narrative. Alain Vigneault is a really good coach. Alain Vigneault is a really good coach. Alain Vigneault, I think we should say it properly, has been a very good coach. Because this is a horrible coaching job. This team's not, they're playing garbage hockey. It's garbage.
I told you guys, one of my friends this weekend, who's a big hockey guy, brought it up. He said, look, any other sport, you're questioning the coach. Why isn't AV getting questioned on this?
He deserves to be questioned.
And, John, you and Egan know hockey far better than I do, but I just see them playing a system that doesn't seem to cater. It's a passing system to a bunch of guys who aren't passers.
Oh, my gosh. And it's in the blue paint. It's in the blue paint. If I hear that one more, if you have a drinking game, it's in the blue paint. What the frick is that?
Die of alcoholism before the third.
Like what the?
Which might actually be a good thing for you.
Seriously, you don't have to watch the third. If you pass out before the third, you don't have to be subjected to it. You're lucky you missed it.
I told strategy, Cotton.
What do you say, Gamecast? You're on Gamecast now.
I watched a little bit last night, but I needed a break. I don't know how you guys are doing it, to be honest with you.
Because I'm doing it because
I understand why you're doing it, but it's the equivalent of getting waterboarded.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, it is. It's
really
horrible.
Is.
It's not an enjoyable product to watch. I watched New Orleans Lakers last night over it. Think about that.
And that was a blowout.
Okay, some
Lakers got boat raced.
Some college kid's going to come up with a way that immediately I can sync my Alexa to my television. Whoever comes up with that, I'm going to make sure you're a millionaire.
Oh, as soon as Olivia gets here in a couple of weeks.
She wouldn't be able to do it.
No,
she showed me how to do it, and it's got it. She can get me to be able to, the tricks of being able to do it, but I'm talking about where you can just do it because it's her. I can't do it. I can't do it. I turned the volume down. I had to turn the volume, and I love Keith Jones.
Yeah.
Jones, he's one of my favorite people I've ever known in this industry.
Great broadcaster.
Oh, my gosh. It's in the blue paint. The blue paint. It's like, jeez.
Connor, grab that for a drop.
It's in the blue paint.
That's a nice clean one.
No call. No call. No call.
Well, John, there was no call.
Oh, my gosh.
There was no penalty,
oh my
but
gosh.
still.
It is, my ears bleed. My ears bleed. You know, Staples has got everything you need to be organized and productive, like home office furniture, the latest tech, and organizational supplies, and they're all at amazing prices. Get a fresh start with big savings from Staples. And I do believe that some of my outrage with that is just frustration. It's like,
probably.
It's just frustration over the bad play, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
it doesn't help when you got a bad product and
having a hearing
an announcer.
Sully in the Poconos joins us. Sully, good morning. You're on the Fanatic. How are you this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good, man. What's going on, Sul?
I got to say, you are talking to a Rangers fan. I'm just going to give you that right off the bat, okay? Alain Vigneault is not a good coach, okay? He does not make good in-game changes, okay? He comes to ready-made teams that are already good to go. I'm going to give you a perfect example. He came to the Rangers in 2014. John Tortorella already.
Okay, we don't care about the Rangers. We don't care about the Rangers.
No, I'm just giving you an example. That's all. He comes to a team that's already made to go, all right? His neutral zone advancements.
Okay, people are tuning out, right? People are falling asleep at their wheel. Thank you, buddy. You are falling asleep at the wheels. They don't care about breaking down hockey calls. So you can't do that to me this morning. You can't. I'm on short rest, and you can't do that to me. Nobody cares about what happened with back with the Rangers.
His point was that AV's not that good.
Alain Vigneault is a top 4 winning coach in the history of the National Hockey League.
Is he top 4?
I think he's top 4.
Wow,
I think he's top 4. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Fact check me. But Alain Vigneault being said that he's not a good coach is honestly, it's a dumb comment.
You can say he's not having maybe a good coaching season.
Correct.
You know, I'm not going to look back and see what Montreal, Vancouver, and were. He's got close to 700, I believe.
Is he 4th all time?
8th.
8th all time. Okay, well, where is he?
He has 704 wins. He just overtook Mike Babcock, right on the heels, about 44 games away from Lindy Ruff.
Okay, so he's in the mix there. Okay,
yeah,
so
he's top 10. He's top 10.
He's doing fantastic.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, there is a story in Cooney's Corner that at least lets us change the subject off of the drab hockey.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Kincade on short rest.
Yeah, he's ornery today, folks.
I'm worse than Aaron Nola on short rest.
He's an angry elf. John, I'm just going to give you a little advice, and I'm not one that gives out advice, but if we get a call from Joe from Audubon, don't be quick with him. Let him talk, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, because he's back in the fold.
Is he Haddonfield or Audubon? Which is it?
I think the roots are always going to be
Kings
Audubon.
Highway divided.
Yeah. Wait, does that work like that, though?
So
am I John from Broomall for the rest of my life?
I don't know. Like, I grew up in Cherry Hill, but we moved down to Washington Township where I lived for 20 years.
Bob from Washington Township.
Yeah, your heart's
back
in Cherry
Hill, though. Yeah, so I don't know. But if Joe from Audubon or Haddonfield calls, John, do not be quick with the trigger, all right?
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, so Joe Flacco's
guess what? Is he
going to
talk about the Rangers and start breaking down Alain Vigneault's career? Because I will hang up.
Yeah, but we went back and forth a little bit on Twitter yesterday. $3.5 million is the only thing I think you can really.
It's ridiculous.
What?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It doesn't bother. $3.5 million doesn't bother me all that much in a
salary cap league when you have no money against the cap.
Yeah, but I mean, it's $3.5 million. It's not like 10.
It's
not
as much as he made last year.
That's because he was coming off of a neck surgery and nobody knew.
And he was horrible.
He was okay.
No, he wasn't.
You're not bringing him here to play.
You're not bringing him here to play. That's.
He was horrible, and you gave him a 3 times pay raise.
So just having him on the roster. We can talk money. I mean, like I told you yesterday. Give me the pieces and I'll figure it out. Whatever. But $3.5 million. I mean, is it going to bust the bank?
Top 7 backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
If you're looking at Jalen Hurts to get some guidance from his backup quarterback, it's a good move. Money aside, it's probably exactly what we all thought that the Eagles needed from a backup quarterback. Right, older guy. That knows the league, that isn't expecting to play,
no question.
That can help this guy progress. And Joe's like that real quiet, unassuming guy that I think, like E.F. Hutton when we were young. Remember those commercials? When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. Probably when Joe Flacco talks, which isn't a lot, but when he does, people will listen. I think Jalen Hurts will get a lot out of it.
I thought he's a great choice because of where he is in life, and he's not going to push. But Joe Flacco has never been a guy as a reputation of wanting to help young players get better. He does not have that reputation.
He does
all.
not. No.
At all.
But
that
I
he's
don't
dismissive of younger players. Plus, he is a guy you gave him a greater than 3 times pay raise.
Similar.
And he was horrendous the last 2 seasons. Horrendous.
I compare it to this, and he put out a tweet last night of him as a kid with his Eagles jersey on and all. I compare it to this, and hopefully this is what we get, to maybe a Dwight Howard, where you come to the realization of, all right, I'm 35. I am that backup guy. I am the mentor now. I have to do it. Joe Flacco probably, and I don't know, this is just speculation. I know going out to Denver and going to the Jets and all, probably thought, I still got something in the tank.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, and those competitive juices don't leave easily. So to say, no, you're not starting anymore, I want you to be nice to the starter, that's not an easy go.
Let's just say I have some possible insights into his mindset, and I think he's very much at that stage in his career where he knows what he is. It's more or less a retirement gig. He doesn't have to move. He gets to be with his family. He knows he's not vying for the starting job. His mindset is that of, I'm at that stage of my career.
You mean
where
what he was at last year?
He was coming off a neck surgery. He still probably wanted to get a couple more paychecks. And,
Because he didn't reportedly seem to really have a big deal about wanting to help Sam Darnold either.
Well, maybe.
I'm hearing that's why he's here for Jalen Hurts, because he's going to be a mentor. He has a reputation of being a guy who's not to young quarterbacks.
Reputations aren't always, 100% accurate. I'm not saying he bend over backwards for Sam Darnold, but I think he knows what this is. I think it's a retirement gig. He's getting paid $3.5 million to go 5 miles to work.
Why are you paying a guy? Why are you paying a guy? By last year's numbers, he fits between 7th and 8th in the NFL in backup quarterback salary. It's ridiculous. I mean, he's a hobbled guy who doesn't have a lot left in the tank. He's shown that the last 2 years, and you tripled his salary to get him here.
Again,
it makes no sense.
He outperformed what he was paid last year. Like, he got paid 1 point.
What do you mean he outperformed it?
He was better than that.
He was horrendous last year.
It's a backup. He's not brought here to play.
So why would he get a 3 times pay raise?
Because he played better than last year. It's 3.5.
All right, but
forget that for 1 second.
It's 3 times.
Okay, but forget that for 1 second. Is $3 million a lot for a backup quarterback?
Yes. Guess what? His salary right now, what they're paying him, falls between 7 and 8. Right now, he's one of the top 8 paid backup quarterbacks in the NFL. It makes no sense. There are 75% of the backup quarterbacks.
So what's Jalen Hurts making about now?
Less than Joe Flacco.
$600,000.
Okay, so your 2 quarterbacks combined are making less than $4 million a year. I'll take that.
But why'd you have to pay him? Why would you do that?
I mean, there's a premium price for
your starting quarterbacks on a rookie salary making nothing.
75% of the backups are making less.
I mean, a guy like Marcus Mariota made 7.5. Nick Foles is making 6.5.
Right.
Like, but
75% of the backup quarterbacks make less than what you're paying him.
And a lot of them are probably young rookie deal quarterbacks. And then, like Chase Daniel gets $3.5 million.
Chase Daniel, I think, got more than that, I believe.
Yeah,
it's
so
right
like,
in that neighborhood.
Man, talk about
Chase
guys
Daniel's
that
a hell of a lot better than a hell of a lot better option than Joe Flacco.
$3.5 million to me for a backup quarterback's a fart in the wind.
Why would you do it? You didn't have to.
Because you want Jalen Hurts to be surrounded by... He's essentially another coach, ideally, if that's why you're spending that money.
But he doesn't do that.
I think he will.
He hasn't done it.
Why
you can't
are you
say he doesn't.
That?
Why are you assuming he won't?
Because of the fact that he hasn't.
Look, you bring up Dwight Howard all the time. People can change.
And he is the absolute anomaly.
I say that not without knowledge.
The what? Now he's a changed man because he's home?
No, none of us has knowledge of it.
It seems like there's a lot of fanboying going on with this signing. People want to believe a local guy coming home, Joe Flacco.
I'm not saying it because of that.
No, but it does seem like with the fan base. I'm not talking about you.
I saw a lot of outrage actually about it.
Well, the price is crazy.
I don't think it's. To me, that's $3.5 million is what you spend on a backup quarterback.
You could be spending $1.5 million, and you could be using $2 million to plug another hole that you've got.
I'm not worried about it. They can free up $2 million in the blink of an eye if they need to.
But why waste?
Because they're not going to spend. They're not going to spend that much more. They're going to maybe make one more decent signing.
Yeah, John, you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think this is the fan base really wanting to buy into this signing because local boy returns home done
my God,
good.
He's from here. You know what? My cousin's brother met Joe Flacco once at a gas station.
Everybody
played. People are like that.
Yeah, look.
No, not at all.
A little bit.
I mean, this is a guy who hasn't played well. Just got overpaid. which, by the way, is Howie Roseman's MO because he always overpays for the backup quarterback.
Because it's a very
and they're in
important
cap
position.
hell.
He's not
But
going
is
to
it, though?
help.
Like, come on. Is it?
Yes. Joe Flacco's not. If you Joe Flacco, you are screwed if you have to play Joe Flacco.
Exactly. You're done. Your season's done if you have to play Joe Flacco.
He was better than Darnold for a couple games.
He went 0-4, Jamie. He went 0-4.
It was the Jets. They were trying to lose.
Wait,
and you know why they were trying to lose? They signed Joe Flacco.
My God.
I cannot believe the defense of Joe Flacco.
I got a Joe Flacco jersey on right now.
I think you guys are being a little irrational about this.
I can't believe it.
$3.5 million for a guy who was terrible last year.
It's a backup quarterback.
And they're in cap hell.
You don't have to pay. You're a team in cap hell, and you paid more than 75%
You want
of the team.
Jalen Hurts surrounded by people that know what they're doing.
You're paying less than $5 million a year for your quarterback.
But you could
position.
Bob,
I mean,
you
that's
have no linebackers. Bob, you could pay you could pay $2 million and have a veteran linebacker.
Who are you going to? You're not okay.
Yes,
$2 million a year is going to get you what?
You get a $2 million lineman. Offensive lineman, a veteran offensive lineman on that is at the end of his
If they
career.
want to get a veteran offensive lineman for $2 million, they're going to look and say, nope, can't do it. We just signed Joe Flacco for $3.5 million.
They may not have that money.
I've never ever heard a team of the Eagles say, no, we couldn't get him because he was $2 million.
I never understand overpaying.
Who are they bidding against?
Yes, they're not bidding against anybody. Against anybody.
It doesn't bother. Like the contract doesn't bother me, and I'm not a rooter of Joe Flacco. I care less of Joe Flacco, but we had talked about it weeks ago that the best position quarterback backup for Jalen Hurts is a veteran.
If you told me it's
that could help him.
If you told me it's $1.5 million, I'm all in. You tell me it's $1.5 million, I'm all in. If you gave him a pay raise of around 25% to $1.5 million, I would say.
But he was underpaid last year.
No, he wasn't. No,
he was coming off of a neck surgery. He was an unknown.
You want to get in with us, you can. 610-632-0975. The Phillies have a big season ahead of them. Or do they? We'll get to that next. Spirited beginning on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You need a lawn care service. You do. Have you looked at your lawn? You see those big, gray spots in the lawn. There's stuff where you get the weeds overtaking it. You need Natural Lawn of America. Natural Lawn, using their exclusive organic-based lawn care products, different than a cookie-cutter lawn care approach where they just come and spray your lawn. Plus, two, they've reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%. It'll be safer for the whole family. We're talking two-legged and four-legged. And you're going to get results, and you're going to get peace of mind. And you can take advantage of a great offer right now. Schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program and get free seeding every year. That's free seeding every single year. All you have to do is call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED. That's my lawn care company. Now, Anthony and Mike said, you got to go with these guys. They're the best. That's why I learned about Natural Lawn of America. I'm telling you about it, too. You're going to get greener grass. You get fewer weeds, guaranteed.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
What's up, guys? It's Andrew. The tournament is down to just 16 teams. So if you've been watching from the sidelines, now is your chance to get in on all the action. FanDuel Sportsbook, in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, is hooking you up with exclusive 30-1 odds on all 16 teams left in the bracket. That means the top seeds, too. That's right. New users get 30-1 odds on any team to win their next game this round. You can win $150 on just a $5 bet. And here's the smartest pick to go with. Just go with Gonzaga. Their entire tournament up until the Final Four is going to be a nice, easy ride. All you have to do is download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and make your first deposit to unlock exclusive 30-1 odds. The app is so easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. Just sign up with promo code FANATIC so they know that I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code FANATIC.
Must be 21 plus and present in NJ or PA. New users only. Must wager in designated offer market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms, and keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the exciting adventure of the daily commute to the peace of mind that Geico always has your back with 24/7 access to claim service and legendary customer service. But Pamela Mund had one reason in particular.
My skin is extremely averse to most fabrics, except for the soft, buttery feeling of leather. Thankfully, I found my clan of leather lovers in the biking community. It's been life-changing.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Okay.
Indeed knows unexpected demand can stretch your business thin.
Leon speaking.
Like at Leon's Plumbing.
Sorry, quickest we can get there is next Friday.
To stay out of hot water, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com. You'll find a massive number of basketball betting options. Bet point spreads, money lines, and game totals directly from your mobile device. Use one of our 12 easy deposit methods to get in on the action. And when you win, we pay fast. We pride ourselves on our quick and easy payouts. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course, we have everything you need to take on that oil change. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil and an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for just $32.99. Plus, AutoZone Rewards members get a $5 bonus reward. Not a member? Don't worry. Joining is easy. And you can even earn an extra $5 bonus reward at sign-up. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply. See terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So many razors. How do you choose? Dollar Shave Club has a premium 6-blade cartridge designed for daily shavers and a 4-blade cartridge that's for less frequent shavers. And they put both blades in one new starter box. So now you can test drive both. If only it was that easy to choose your bracket every March. At least when it comes to razors, they got you. For more info, visit dollarshaveclub.com/gojo. That's dollarshaveclub.com/gojo. And check out DSC at your nearest store. You got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
If this warmer weather has you looking for a new vehicle, maybe a nice convertible, you'll find it at North Penn Mazda on Route 309 in Colmar. Check out the gorgeous brand new state-of-the-art showroom. Enjoy incredible lease deals, low financing offers, and other incentives. And North Penn Mazda is ready to serve you wherever you're comfortable, whether that's on the phone, online, or in person in the brand new showroom. Find your next Mazda at North Penn Mazda. The right experience, the right choice. NorthPennMazda.com.
Since there was no basketball tournament last March, Unibet is offering twice the sign-up bonus this year. Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. With twice the bonus, go twice as hard. Woo! Watch on 2 screens. Woohoo, yeah! On 2 couches. Both cheeks. And place twice the bets. Bonus! Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hump Day Wednesday on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hopefully you are off to a great start. Bob stayed up. Bob was the good student.
Hardly.
He stayed up and watched it all go down last night in the Sixers' victory over the Warriors. Now, you say that's the game that they have to adjust. They get out to the big lead. They give it up. They come back. Down 6 in the fourth?
Yeah, get down 6 or heading into the fourth, and then the defense just comes to play, and that's why I love defense in a playoff series. It's not, playing catch up is exhausting if you have to do it offensively, playing catch up, going and go. Like the Flyers, the way the Flyers play is exhausting. 50-50 pucks aren't 50-50 pucks. You have to win those pucks.
It's in the blue paint,
and that's an exhausting way to play. But
or to
defense,
listen to a game.
Yeah, but defense you can always bring, and they brought it in the fourth quarter and held Golden State to 13 points and got a nice little win. Now they can get their legs under them before this trip gets really interesting.
It's staggering though. Every team makes the run, Jamie. Every team makes the run.
Yeah, it's
a diarrhea league. It's a league of runs.
40 points in the
didn't see that coming.
40 points in the third. 13 in the fourth.
Yeah. Just tells
that
you
must drive Doc nuts, though.
I don't know. Like, I think not that he's okay with a 40-point quarter, but I think he knows he trusts this team defensively that when it's time to turn it on, they can turn it on. And that's not an easy thing to do.
They certainly look like they can.
Yeah, the bench wasn't good last night. Milton played okay and got you some points, which is what you want. But everybody else was a minus, and they didn't have real good cohesion last night. And he wrote it out a little bit longer because, we've pointed out all year, Doc just knows, okay, 7:30 to go in the fourth. Yeah. Starters get back in there and let's win this thing. And that's what they did.
He uses that entire roster.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Which is great.
They're doing what they're doing right now with no Seth, no Ben. I mean, two of your starting fives out, and they're hardly even skipping a beat.
Okay, Darren wants us to find what is our common ground on the Flacco story before we move on, because it's going to come up in the rest of the show. So Darren wants to know our common ground is Scott Van Pelt's Joe Flacco. It's like the best.
It's great.
Awesome. I would say common ground. We're all glad it wasn't Nick Foles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have common ground on that. It's great that it's Nick Foles. We all agree that Joe Flacco being here could be a good value to have a veteran quarterback on the roster.
Yes.
Only thing we disagree on is the amount of money they paid him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you at all. No. I don't. It's funny to me though. It doesn't bother you the amount of money in a salary cap league.
$3.5 million is never going to kill anybody in a salary cap league.
No, but in paying $3.5 when you could save $2 million.
You get $2 million for what? Like we talked about this. Like, what are you going to get for $2 million a year? Somebody that's going to be here a year and then get out. Like
that's what I'm looking for the Eagles right now, though.
Well, that's what they got.
I'm looking for
Flacco's gone.
I'm not looking for a guy on the sideline to be taking $2 million of that up. I'll take $2 million of that $3.5 they paid him. And by the way, San Francisco. So from the San Francisco wire for the 49ers wire, 49ers were reportedly not willing to go over $2 million for Joe Flacco. They kicked the tires on Joe Flacco because they wanted Mitch Trubisky.
Ew.
And Mitch Trubisky went to Buffalo. They kicked that. Then they looked at Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby Brissett got the better deal from Miami. They were looking to spend $2 million in the backup quarterback market, and they were pursuing Joe Flacco. It got too pricey, according to the 49ers. Reportedly got too pricey. They were figuring out on Monday that the idea of paying more than like $2 million just got pricey. So we have a lot of common ground on that. We got a lot of common ground. You do it. Mitch Trubisky got $2.5 million.
He's horrible.
He's better than Joe Flacco.
I like what Jamie said. Ew.
He's better than, if you had to try to win a game, he made the playoffs.
But I thought you didn't want to win.
You don't want to win games anyway.
If you had to, I don't want to pay then $1 million extra to lose.
Well, you want Jalen Hurts surrounded, but who would you rather have him in a quarterback room with, Joe Flacco or Mitch Trubisky?
I would absolutely think Joe Flacco has more to offer.
Yes.
But Joe Flacco does not have a reputation at all of being that guy.
I'm telling you, he's turned the retirement corner.
So now he's going to be the good teammate, teach other people teammate.
I believe that, yes.
Okay, I hope he would be. And if that happened, that's awesome.
Because I really believe
that's awesome.
I almost view it as hiring another coach. That might not make sense or people might not care, but I really believe.
No, I believe that.
They want Jalen Hurts surrounded by that type of guy, and if that costs them an extra $1 million, so be it.
I hope he does it.
Because Jalen Hurts is all that matters.
I'm just looking at 3 spots where they say that's not him. That's never been him to teach the younger guys.
People can change.
He could. Maybe he'll
Denver,
be, maybe.
he definitely thought he had something in the tank left and had something to prove. Last year, he was coming off a neck injury. I don't know how he viewed last year.
But how do you teach? That doesn't help you keep you from teaching.
I mean, they were trying to lose games also. It's not like a great situation to be in.
No, I'm not talking about him winning. I'm just talking about him being a guy who, even though they said it was his best, it was reportedly his best effort he's ever made was working with Sam Darnold. The best effort that he's ever made.
So he started the process. He knows where he is now.
Hope so.
He knows his playing days are behind him.
Now the question is, in the linchpin, which player in the Phillies has the big year ahead of them in a trifecta?
This is the linchpin.
I was thinking about opening day, 8 days away?
Yeah,
wait.
Yesterday, and I was thinking
That's crazy.
Aaron Nola's your opening day pitcher.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I love, the start of the season, being outside. Got my outside TV ready so we can grill and eat outside and have the Phillies on in the background. Excited for all that. So I was thinking there's 3 guys that jump out to me that are on the verge of seasons that will kind of define them as major league players. They're out of their rookie phase, and they're kind of in their prove it. Some trending in the right way, some kind of trending in the not so right way. But I think everybody will agree these 3 Phillies have huge seasons in front of them. I'm curious who you think, I guess, will answer the bell the most.
Okay.
We have Scott Kingery. We have Rhys Hoskins. And we have Zach Eflin.
Who would I bet on of those 3? I would grab my Parks Casino Sportsbook app, and I would bet on Rhys Hoskins of that threesome, and I wouldn't hesitate to hit it.
Bobby?
If that was my 3 choice.
I think those 3 are all similar in, all right, this is what I'm going to be as a major leaguer after this season.
And it's pretty cool that you picked these guys because you have a backup, a pitcher, and an everyday player. So I think I love the options that you gave.
So do I.
Which has to have the biggest season, or which
do you think will have the biggest season?
I still don't have confidence in Hoskins for some reason, but I'm leaning towards more confidence with him, so I'm going to go Eflin.
I thought you'd go Eflin. I thought Jamie would go Eflin, and
I'm going Eflin.
I knew you'd go
Absolutely,
Eflin.
I'm going Eflin.
I'll tell you, I'm going to be it's either going to be complete egg on the face
or insufferable.
Or I'm going to look at you guys and just go, what the frick were you thinking?
I
do believe he can be better.
I think the safest bet is actually Rhys. I think the Kingery bet, just throw your ticket in the trash can. I think Eflin, odds-wise, as a gambler, would be the one I hit on.
What would the odds... What kind of odds do you think?
I would say Rhys is probably the leader at plus 185. I'd throw Eflin at plus 250, and then Kingery's like a plus 1200.
I mean, wow. Look, there's a reason why he hosts draft lines.
See, there it is. I thought Devon hosted draft lines.
Yeah, you're right. Jamie just shows up and doesn't bring him food.
Devon Gibbons with Jamie.
Still haven't brought him food?
No,
I got to figure it out.
I'm getting around to it. I'm finding a place.
I want to one up his Edmonds. I want to get something good.
I want to one up it so much.
I don't know if he's going to invent a food or something that you're waiting on.
He's healthy.
John. You say Hoskins.
I say Hoskins confidently.
And you know what I like about Hoskins is exactly what we do not like about Hoskins. So when a guy's struggling at the plate, you want him to be patient. You want him to be... And he is that, and it's what drives us nuts. He takes walks before he tries to drive in runs a lot of times. So that's where my confidence in Hoskins is, in that he still has that good eye at the plate.
He does.
He's got a great eye.
He just has to match it up with getting that good swing.
I just want power from him.
And some of our YouTube family saying, can we just send Kingery to AAA? Can you do it? But
this is going to determine who he is as a major leaguer. Like, this is enough after this season. You'll know what he is.
There is a baseball person said to me that Dave Dombrowski, in his first week in the organization, would have looked and said, that's the kind of guy that he jettisons. But he can't because of that contract.
And he's got no value. He's got no value.
Because nobody wants him.
No.
Nobody wants him.
What position does he play?
That's a great question.
He's 4 years into the league, and it's like...
But the Phillies thought, let's lock him down, baby. Let's pay him before he's done anything.
He can't win his natural position over a converted shortstop.
Hey, Martin Law is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. I got to tell you, though, 8 days from opening
It's exciting.
day puts a huge smile on my face.
It means warm weather.
To the party.
Sort of like Beers with Bob tonight.
Yeah, man.
A Wednesday edition of Beers with Bob. That sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah. Wednesday's the new day. We're excited. Hump day. Andrew and I will be back at it. Might need a nap before Beers with Bob tonight, John. Might need a little nap.
Well, you do because you were the good student last night.
Yeah, I think I only did like 3 hours of the shutting of the eyes last night. So.
See, I don't understand how you can function.
And I just do. Sleep to me is, I'm not going to say overrated, but
Is it because you slept so many nights in hotel rooms in city and city and city? Because that's where I will, if I'm staying in a hotel.
Do you crash well in a hotel room?
No.
Yeah,
no, I will see the clock much more in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I will sleep for 2 hours, see the clock, go back to bed, see the clock 2 hours later.
You get a hotel room nice and dark, though.
If I was on a baseball beat, I would imagine that I may have had good night's sleeps in hotel rooms. But when you're on the basketball beat, it's kind of like you're in one night, out the next day. So it's a lot of 5 a.m. wake-up calls.
Well, when you can unpack for 3 nights.
That must be nice.
It's much nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, these get much nicer.
Like when I went to Vegas for Summer League all those years, you're there for anywhere between 14 and 18 days. Yeah, that's the best.
Now, Tim says Eflin is a legit number 3 starter if he can stay healthy. Tim's basing that on one of our YouTubers. Tim's basing that on what?
The trajectory of how last season ended.
Nobody would say that Zach Eflin is a legit number 3 starter.
If he keeps up his 12.5 Ks per 9, that's legit.
If he takes the next step.
Well, I think if he continues what he was doing at the end of last year.
But wait, we can't say that on March 24th.
You're projecting. Yeah.
You're hoping.
Right.
He is a back end.
He's not there yet.
He's not a legit.
He's a legit back end of the rotation guy. 4 or 5
can be a potential
3 is a reach as far as from what we've seen his career. There's no reason to say.
I hope his back isn't. I wanted an excuse for a year. I hope apparently he had a little bit of the back trigger in spring training. I hope that's not something they lean on.
Oh my gosh, because I am look. The difference of if Zach Eflin does take that next step.
That's your difference between playoffs and not.
Absolutely huge. I mean,
he's that important.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor Oladipo and Bob, as I have one thing, it's been fun as I get to, I do, and I joke because people are like, can't believe you said, I've had one emailer who scolds me now twice about saying that I learned basketball from you. But I learned things about basketball listening to Bob. I trust Bob's opinion. When someone has an opinion on something, I trust his opinion.
See, that's what we all do. We all learn from each other.
Well, I mean, like I do think when we're talking something with hockey, the Egan I feel has a really good insights.
Yeah,
really good insights. I really enjoy that. Other stuff, not so much. But I do enjoy Victor Oladipo. Last night, I went down the rabbit hole of Victor Oladipo for like 25 minutes. Reading people talk about Victor Oladipo, what he brings to the table. And if Victor Oladipo is only going to come here for a second-round pick, which they may only be able to get, but Danny Green has to go. Because you have to make the salaries work. Danny Green had to go. He would have to go. Mike Scott would have to go. I was trying to do the math with those calculators.
Right.
Danny Green and any deal for Victor Oladipo has to include Danny Green and Mike Scott. Who cares about Mike Scott?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, no.
Only the jabronis think Mike Scott brings anything to the table. So you've got this set up now. What would Victor Oladipo bring, and losing Danny Green, what would that mean?
I kind of have the same reaction as Jamie.
Don't use Jamie's trademarked that.
Yeah, I know.
and it's
it's
more high pitched.
I don't. Oladipo does bring you a lot more. He's younger. He's only 28 years old. He can score you 20 in a game like that. He's not a great outside shooter. He's more of a scorer than he is a shooter. Okay, he's tough as nails. I remember seeing him in a summer league the year that Michael Carter-Williams was a rookie, and them going at it in a summer league and being like, wow, this kid Oladipo is he's an in-your-face type of guy.
Correct.
Philly would love him. But I'm sorry, not to steal the trademark and not to wear the shirt of Jamie's face going,
You're not going to pay Victor Oladipo next year.
No.
He is a clear rental.
Yes.
But if they can only get a second-round draft pick for him.
But if you have to lose Green, I'm out.
So you're out.
Yeah. What Danny Green brings to the Sixers for Joel Embiid's purposes, and that's how you're going to win, is Joel Embiid, is too vital. Well, Victor Oladipo is a 32% three-point shooter. He's a high-volume guy, not a great field goal percentage. I think Danny Green's spacing is way more important than Victor Oladipo's scoring he could bring you.
Okay, so then let's go to we're at T-minus 32 hours and 13 minutes. So if you lose
sands through the hourglass.
If you lose Danny Green in another deal, like a Kyle Lowry deal, because the money has to work to be able to do these things, then I was then going down the rabbit hole of saying, because you guys are talking about the spacing thing, and honestly, I don't consume basketball at that level to really, so I'm looking at it, I'm trying to understand. Mm-hmm. I think you lose a lot if Danny Green goes at all.
Lowry's the only person I would lose Green for, and I've almost shifted where there's other guys that can bring a lot to this team where you could keep Danny Green.
Here's the bad thing. The Jump, which, by the way, I think I'm the only person who watches Windhorse show.
You love it.
They do not. Well, it just happens to be post-nap.
Wendy's got good info.
And I can't watch General Hospital. I can't start watching it while it's still on the air. I think that would jinx it.
You always watch it on tape?
I always watch it on the DVR. So I have to wait. So Windhorse show, Toronto, they seem to be, there are multiple reports now. Toronto's going to ask for Thibault.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm out. I am out. The Kyle Lowry thing's great. And a little birdie told me last night that Kyle Lowry's camp is trying to maneuver a move to Miami.
Yeah, he has a house there. He's very close with Jimmy Butler, tax-free.
He's lived in the worst tax situation in the NBA in Toronto.
Like 50%. So that makes sense. I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. NBA players are drawn to Miami. There's a couple other names out there that popped up yesterday that interest me. I don't want to say more than Kyle Lowry, but for what you'd have to give up, more.
Are you talking veteran buyouts? I'm wondering, are we talking buyouts here? Because if it's true that LaMarcus Aldridge may end up with the Heat, that scares the hell out of me.
Yeah,
that scares the hell out of me. If the Heat end up with LaMarcus Aldridge
and Lowry, that's real.
Yeah, that's another way you have to.
Finals last year.
Yeah, it's another way you have to look at it. We concentrate so hard on the Sixers. You got to watch out what's going on around the league. And
Miami scares me just because Miami scares me more than Milwaukee. If they face Miami, if for some reason they face Miami in a second round series, I'd be more concerned than if they face Milwaukee.
They're most likely going to have to lose Duncan Robinson, who's a restricted free agent, and they might feel they can't re-sign him next year, and that would hurt their spacing. To the spacing thing. I mean, having a three-point shooter like that in a series going against is never a fun thing to face. So, I mean, they would be scary if they got Aldridge and Lowry. There's no doubt about it.
Great YouTube videos on the idea of the the spacing in the NBA. It's great. There's this one coach that I found.
Yeah?
This guy is a coach.
On just spacing?
On YouTube. And he talks about all these defensive principles and offensive principles and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm a geek, man. And now, I pull up on the television and I'm watching on the full screen.
Joel needs shooters around him because it allows him room to work.
So Danny Green can't go.
Not can't, but
it's going to affect this team. And Bob,
I think it will.
I have been. I've been worried about it for weeks. Like I've been telling you guys for weeks that it worries me. It makes me pause. Kyle Lowry at first year, yeah. And if Kyle Lowry can come in here and shoot, standstill shooter, and he's a scorer, but if he can do some standstill shooting that allows Joel Embiid the freedom that he has with Danny Green, obviously you're okay with it. Danny Green is a big part of this team.
So if Kyle Lowry is truly pushing his way towards Miami, everybody still wearing the Philly pom-poms for him?
No.
If he's maneuvering, Pat, to try to go be on the Heat instead of be on the Sixers when he has an opportunity to pick, reportedly like a free agent type of thing, Everybody's still shaking the pom-poms for him if he doesn't? I think then you become
enemy number one.
I think then you become a villain. No? You don't?
I mean, I'm biased.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
No.
That doesn't become
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Screw you, Larry. Turn in your Eagles jersey.
That doesn't become villainous to you?
Nah.
The guy can choose to help.
Yeah, he's a villain.
Yes, he can. He's
a villain right now.
He's a villain right now as a member of the
He's been a villain
Raptors.
since he hasn't been in Philadelphia. Absolutely, he's a villain.
And if he chooses to join the Heat,
villain?
Yes,
sure. Anybody that doesn't play for your team is a villain.
No, it's all different levels of villain.
Yeah, there's levels.
But
to
no,
this.
but he's a villain if he chooses to go to the Heat when he has a chance to steer his way. That Toronto's reportedly letting him.
Well, maybe the Sixers don't want to give him a 2-year, $25 million deal.
Could be.
I mean, that's something to consider. Like once I heard that it's kind of his free agent choosing, and there's going to be an extension as part of this.
It's like
it changes things.
It's like the whole Mike Trout thing. Mike Trout wanted no parts of being in Philly.
Yeah, I think Lowry's different though.
Oh, doesn't sound like it.
Well,
Sounds
I mean,
like he wants to be in Miami.
It's not like Miami isn't appealing.
No, he sounds like he's in Miami. Oh, God.
Tax-free, living in South Beach with
Sounds
a
like
chance
he's
to
in Miami.
compete.
Finals last year.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
It's unbelievable. Okay, we got a lot coming up for you in the show. The Phillies, let's dream a little bit. 8 games out from the opening game. We'll get to that next. Thanks for hanging out with us. For everybody on YouTube and Twitch, we love you. And Temple University football. Thank you very much, Temple Athletics. Appreciate it. Got a little welcome home.
That is nice.
Present.
Nice little
a very
three-quarter.
nice welcome home present from the Temple Owls, from the alma mater. Greatly appreciate that. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Okay, we've got so much going on right now. And with the Hoops tournament coming up this weekend, plenty of opportunity for you to get the Parks Casino Sportsbook app downloaded and so many different ways to wager. I know you're going to be watching Nova this weekend. I know you're going to be maybe seeing if you think the chalk of the tournament is going to carry things through from this point. If you want to bet spreads or teasers or parlays, you got all that with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. And right now they have a risk-free bet of up to $500 available for you to make this weekend even better. Go download the Parks Casino Sportsbook app or go to parkscasino.com and use the promo code FANATIC. It's a great way for you to be able to get that risk-free bet refunded in site credit. Look, if you're doing the in-game wagering is absolutely fantastic too. It's like playing fantasy sports during the middle of games. You will love it. It's my sportsbook app of choice. It's the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. You got a gambling problem. I want you to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah. It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
In 2003, it was rare for freshmen to carry a college basketball team. Never mind 2 of them. But for Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara did just that, all the way to a national championship. Anthony led the team in scoring and rebounds, while McNamara led the team in assists and was 3rd in scoring. In the national championship game against Kansas, Carmelo was the game's leading scorer with 20, and McNamara added 18.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
March is the biggest month in college basketball, where teams across the country test their talent in the hopes of winning it all. For finding talent that can help your team win it all, there's LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view, as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
UFC 260 is a can't-miss event. Every punch, kick, and knockout means so much more with a DraftKings lineup on the line. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of UFC, is offering all players a shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. Fantasy MMA is easy to play. Just pick 6 fighters, stay under the salary cap, and pile up the points. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to get a shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. That's code KJZ. Only at DraftKings. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Leave your sister alone. You're ready to get back into yoga, so you order the essentials. A non-slip mat, yoga blocks to keep balance, and an exercise ball. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential yoga gear. Noise-canceling headphones.
Welcome. Take a deep breath. Breathe.
Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
What's in store this week at Staples?
A big deal on ink. That's kind of a big deal.
Staples has the technology, furniture, and supplies you need for a totally productive workspace.
And right now, you can earn 40% back in Staples rewards when you purchase any 2 ink or toner cartridges.
Shop in-store or get same-day delivery powered by Instacart.
Ends 3/27/21. Limit 4 in-store and on Instacart only. Visit staplesconnect.com/ink rewards for details. Instacart delivery subject to availability. Additional fees may apply.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
HVAC contractors and technicians, you want a fast, accurate, and easy-to-use way to test air conditioning systems and heat pumps that won't test your patience? Check out the next-generation digital manifolds from Testo. These new digital manifolds feature a large graphic display, smartphone integration, and a rugged compact design. They're fully smart, fully wireless, and field-ready, just like you. If it can be measured, Testo can test it. Visit Testo.com to find a local distributor near you or order online at Testo.com. Testo, be sure.
If this warmer weather has you looking for a new vehicle, maybe a nice convertible, you'll find it at North Penn Mazda on Route 309 in Colmar. Check out the gorgeous brand new state-of-the-art showroom. Enjoy incredible lease deals, low financing offers, and other incentives. And North Penn Mazda is ready to serve you wherever you're comfortable, whether that's on the phone, online, or in person in the brand new showroom. Find your next Mazda at North Penn Mazda. The right experience, the right choice. NorthPennMazda.com.
Philadelphia's hometown sports book. Bet Rivers is the official sports betting partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. All season long, make your hockey bets with a trusted local team at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Get started today with a special offer. Use the code 250MATCH to get up to $250 in bonus money on your first deposit. Whether you watch the Flyers game at home or at the Bet Rivers Sportsbook at Rivers Casino Philadelphia, bet with a winner at BetRivers.com. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Seven o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Brought to you by our friends at Parks Casino Sportsbook app. My sportsbook app of choice. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. And you will receive that risk-free bet up to $500 as a new customer. Love Parks Casino. Saturday morning. It's Saturday morning cards. Saturday morning cards.
Do you have your envelope ready?
I'm ready. Going up this weekend.
You surprised me how early you went last night. Because you told us during the week, you said, yeah, I'm going to go out to Parks and I'm going to play some cards on Saturday. And then you texted us at like 10:30, 11 o'clock and said, yep, 3 hours down, I'm going home with $20 in my pocket.
Well,
wait, what?
Well, no, I usually go home I'll usually leave around 12:30.
Okay.
Get there around 9:30, 10. 9:30-ish. 9:30-ish or so.
You'll get there at 9:30. Okay.
Maybe 9:30.
All right.
My cousin Joanne and I. So my mom and my cousin Joanne used to go to the casinos together. So my cousin Joanne lives around like 4 blocks from me. She lives on Marlboro, and Marlboro's the street my dad grew up on. So real close to me. So we're going to have breakfast Saturday morning, and I'm going to take her up to the casino.
Good.
Then she'll go play the slots and go her way.
Uh-huh.
But just what my mom and her, that was one of my mom's rules, is leave me alone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we go our separate ways at the casino.
Yeah.
And then they would get together and have like a meal, but it's like, don't bother me. Like my wife, same thing. Do not go near me when I'm.
Most couples. Now, I'm not a casino guy. I don't play. I love playing sports, but not.
Right.
But most couples that I talk to that go to casinos together
They
that
separate.
like to do, they go there and I don't see him or her until we're
My
about
wife
ready to
plays
leave.
slots.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to get into the slots a little bit.
It's not bad if you just want to have a little fun, just to pass some time.
Yeah.
I think the cards are so much more fun.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about it already.
I love roulette.
You love roulette. Well, it's
Oh.
good odds.
Yeah, I play the outsides.
Okay.
Once I played the inside with my wife before our wedding.
Hey now.
We put
before your wedding, you played the inside.
Yeah.
Your mom's
We
not
put
listening.
naughty.
We played 25 on our wedding date, which was the 27th. One play the entire night, and it won. She let out a.
I don't know.
So we walked up to the roulette table. We were all with like cousins. We were
Why'd
getting.
you bet $25?
$25.
We had like 25 bucks.
127.
So we're like, let's just make one bet on our
Okay.
wedding date. $25 down. Boom! It hits. She let out a scream the entire because she's not a gambler like at all. So everybody turned around thinking, we just won like $25,000.
Biggest scream she let out on her wedding night. I heard.
Yeah, probably.
Was that the roulette table?
And, just won
$30.
Yeah, it was like $1,000. I
That's
think.
awesome.
Close to
Oh no,
it was nice.
$25 down.
Yeah. It
What,
was
you went like 900?
Yeah, it was like 970
Something like that?
something.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
But she let out a holler that I was.
That you haven't heard since.
I'm trying to
Jamie's
regain
never
those days.
been able to recreate that holler.
I'm working on it. One day.
Currently, the Philadelphia Phillies. By the way, I'm so excited to be back and able to see again, that's the number one thing that I'm waiting to do is go to Citizens Bank Park and just watch some ball, have a draft beer, and just watch some baseball. The Phillies get ready to start their season in 8 days. And they appear right there for a wild card berth. We got into this discussion yesterday. If Major League Baseball decides to once again go to an 8-team postseason playoff in each league, it is embarrassing that 8 days out, we still do not know the playoff format. If they decline, it goes back to the old format of 3 division winners and then the next 2 best records in the National League as wild cards. I am absolutely a believer, 100% me, that the Phillies would be right there to grab a spot if 8 teams make it. I believe we are going to be watching baseball to the last week, sweating it out, opportunity to be in the playoffs. If it's 5, I just don't see them being right there. Could I see it happening? Sure, potentially, but I don't see them being right there in the mix if there's only 5 spots. So for this exercise, I'm asking you all to write it down. Braves, Dodgers, Cubs, I'm assuming as division winners. I just picked those 3 teams. They won last year. I'll take Braves, Dodgers, Cubs, pencil them in as the division winners taking spots. So then there are 2 wild cards. San Diego, to me, looks like an absolute lock because I think they might be the second best team in the National League. So who are the Phillies better than to get into the 5th playoff spot? I need to be convinced a little bit this morning. And that's where we begin this 7 o'clock hour. Big Sixers win last night. And Bowen, by the way, Daryl Morey, just give you a heads up. You got T-minus 32 hours.
Like sands through the hourglass.
We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you, Daryl. Daryl, I know you're a dramatic guy. You love, but they don't sweat this drama out. I want to be talking about the Sixers trade tomorrow morning.
Chief Beef he's got an itchy trigger finger when it comes to pulling trades off. So
well, let's
he's
do
probably hounding Daryl. Like,
okay,
let's go,
I want
let's
it
go,
done
let's
on the
go.
off day, and I want to be talking about it tomorrow morning. So Daryl Morey, just not to put a little pressure on you, but that's what we're looking for. So I asked you to assume those parameters of the discussion. who are the Phillies beating out? If San Diego is the top wild card, Dodgers win the division. That leaves one wild card unless they change the format. Who are they beating out, James?
Yeah, it's probably going to come from their own division, most likely. I mean, St. Louis is always pesky and annoying, and, they have Arenado now, so, they always seem to hang around. But it's most likely going to come from the Nationals, the Mets. You're probably going to have to out those two if you have any hope. You're going to have to finish.
So you're saying that right now, could you today, with a straight face, say, yeah, I think the Phillies are better than the Mets, the Nationals, and the Cardinals?
I can say I think they'll be better than the Mets.
I absolutely think that could happen, too.
I can't say that with any confidence about the Nationals. And the Cardinals, I don't really know. I haven't dove too deep into their depth. I just know
Cardinals were only better, I think, 3 games last year, maybe?
Yeah, they're just one of those annoying teams that just never goes away.
No matter how, here's, in my mind, this is how it has to play out. The Phillies have to finish in second in their division.
Yeah.
That's
the only chance they got.
Only chance they have. And it doesn't matter if it's the Braves, whoever is competing for first, whatever. You have to get second place in your division. So to me, it comes down to, forget the Cardinals, but I agree with you.
Yeah,
Cardinals
they're just annoying.
Are stubbornly always there. But you have to beat out everybody in your division. You have to beat out everybody but, say, the Braves, if the Braves win the division, which I think they will. It's your own division. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Pat, you tend to be very optimistic.
I am, yes.
Okay, tell me, convince me.
I don't like the pitching rotations for St. Louis or Chicago. Chicago's real bad. Chicago is Jake Arrieta.
One of them's winning.
Yeah, Chicago. No, I don't.
So they're out of this discussion.
I think the Cardinals win, but I think the other team doesn't.
So you think the Cardinals are the
I think the Cardinals
champion.
win the division, yeah. I really like their lineup.
The Braves are better. You think the Phillies are better than the Cubs?
I think the Phillies are better than the Cubs.
And the Braves are the division winner, right? I mean,
Braves
that's
are the division, so I think you're battling probably the Mets for that. Because I agree with you on San Diego. I think you're probably battling the Mets.
I think the Nats are better.
Yeah, I mean, they could be. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. I'm not going to die on that rock. But I think you're right there. Like, I really believe you're really close.
I look at the Nats, the Mets, and the Phillies, those three, as being
same grouping.
Separated maybe by at the end of the year, they might be separated by 4 games.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
I tend to agree. Nationals probably the slight favorite of that group.
I would agree. Winning pedigree.
Yeah, totally. And JT Realmuto hit a home run in his first at-bat yesterday, so that's probably going to put him ahead to be World Series champs.
Is that really
It's a sign. It's an omen, yeah.
That book's sitting there.
Yeah.
Now, Chris brings up a point on YouTube this morning, and I've heard this from people, is that, the National League Central's awful. Okay? But the problem is you got 2 or 3 teams there, though, that could... Remember when you got a bad division? The Phillies division is a knife fight.
Yeah. You can beat up on teams in a bad division.
In a bad division, you can stock up on empty calories.
NL East is survival of the fittest. They're going to kill each other.
I don't see any way the NL East produces 3 postseason teams.
No, I'd be surprised.
So you got to finish second.
You got to finish second. Yeah, your battle is coming within. The battle is right there in front of you. And I don't mind that. Well, I don't mind having to worry about... Not having to worry about, what are the Cardinals doing? Take care of business in your own division if you can, which is tough.
But here's where they're annoying. Because the last 2 years, they performed up to teams' levels and down to teams' levels.
Marlins own them.
And they've never been able to take advantage of the Marlins. The Marlins own them. And that's where they're going to win or lose second place in the division.
We all discussed, our mutual love fest for Jason Stark.
Yeah.
If you haven't read Jason's piece from around 2.5 weeks ago, the Phillies season of 2020, and maybe because of the pandemic, I was just so negative on it. The idea that they had the second most leads in baseball in games is mind-boggling.
It's incredible.
And they missed an 8-team playoff.
Yeah.
They missed making a spot. They had they were in the lead only second to the Dodgers in games.
It's incredible.
And so part of that is just some of that. Jason Stark does voodoo with you, though. He has numbers that just make you go, what the blank?
Yeah.
And I think the negativity of maybe the way the baseball season last year, baseball didn't grab me the way it usually does.
No, last year was very strange.
It really
even the
just
NBA bubble, it was all kind of weird.
It was strange. And if you gleaned anything out of it, good for you, but I don't know if I could.
I mostly wiped the slate of
Those,
last
you know
year.
what I do want to? You know who I want to meet? You know you're talking about like the Sons of Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to be so excited for that. I'd like to have a beer with the Fandemics.
Oh God, yeah.
We can arrange
because
that.
Because beers with Bob tonight.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But the idea of that was honestly one of the things that made me smile last year. And watching from 750 miles south,
it was such a cool thing that we were so proud of it in Philadelphia because it's like, look, this is a positive thing that all of these fans said, you know what? No, like we're not going to sit here and just not be able to support our team, and they did it in a safe environment. And to their credit, and this is the most amazing thing because you said it, they had the most second half leads or whatever, and they blew every single one of them. It seemed like, and the Fandemic crew would stay. They knew what was going on, and they'd stay.
That Fandemic crew, I can tell you from doing shows down in Albuquerque that there were people down in the fan base in Auburn that were completely envious. Why can't we have that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why can't we get people that want to do that? Because they won't expound the effort to do it.
Well, let me ask
They
you.
won't.
Because you were down in
Albuquerque.
Altoona, and you were close to the Altoona Curve players. How did the players feel about it coming in as a visitor? Were they affected at all by it? I'm
going to tell you flat out. We'll have when he comes through town, we'll have Frank Core says he'll come by and hang out with us. Jeff Francoeur would talk constantly about how much he loved playing here. He grew up miles from, a drive. He grew up in Albuquerque. That was his hometown, and he plays for the Albuquerque Braves, so he gets to do that. He would talk about over and over again how much him and his family loved playing here.
I've heard
and how much they loved playing they loved New York too, though.
I think they liked the interaction with fans because I think I've heard stories about Frank Core.
He bought the pizza for the fans.
Where he'll put $100 bill on a baseball and throw it up to the stands and say
he's a bizarre dude and he's great.
Get some beers on me.
He loved being a Philly.
That's cool.
He loved being a Met too.
Yeah,
but
because it's a passionate fan base that cares.
But him and his family heard so many horrible things about Philly, and then he said. And he would come on the radio and just say flat out, I got to tell you, your hometown, we loved it.
Yeah.
We loved the energy.
Yeah.
He said the energy of coming to that building.
Oh, when you walk in that building.
And feeling the energy of the fan
buzz.
base.
I've been in a good amount of.
And guess what? If we can get that building filled up this summer, and people don't just do the front runner thing and sell out for 5 years when they're really, really good and then stop showing up, because it was a ghost town.
Oh, Jimmy Rollins was right.
Even 2019 was a ghost town.
Yeah.
It was a ghost town. If people start to rally and you create that energy, maybe it's enough to help swing a game or two. Rattle a pitcher.
Yeah.
Hey, as a pro, you do a bit of everything. So Valspar is offering 5 gallons of PVA primer at $39.99. Are you listening, Bob Cooney? And 25% off Ultra Paint and Primer at Lowe's. The offer is valid March 15th through the 26th. Gentleman asked me yesterday, so I'm asking in the email today. He said, is Bob doing the painting himself or doing the painting with his buddy? Because he said you were not clear yesterday. He goes, is Bob outsourcing the painting? And the emailer insulted me by saying, he goes, I know you would, John, but...
You would what?
Outsource the painting. He goes, but he was wondering, were you saying that you will do the painting of the new house?
Yes. So my best friend since I was 6 years old has his own business. And he was nice enough that when I said I bought this house and I'm going to fix it up, he said, on me, I'll come after hours and I'll do it with you.
With you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. You guys are going to have a blast.
We already planned out this Friday.
Case of beer in the empty fridge.
Every
painting
day.
with one of your best friends.
Well, that's what I said to Donna. I'm like, what's the first thing we buy? And she goes, well, you're going to need a fridge if you're going to be spending hours over there doing stuff. And I said, good point.
You know the worst part, though, of painting?
The prep. Painting in from the corners.
It's the taping for me.
Well, the taping's,
I'm not a patient man, yeah.
The taping for me
the worst.
Is absolutely the worst.
But when you pull that tape off at the end.
And it looks good.
That's a good feeling.
The only complete room that I ever painted was my daughter's nursery. And it was the Father's Day when Christina was pregnant. And she had decided she wanted the nursery to be yellow. because we didn't know at the time whether it was boy or girl.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She goes, I want a yellow nursery. I want like a bright color, something like that. So I was supposed to play golf on the Father's Day while my wife's pregnant. She said, go play golf with the boys and everything. It was pouring. Albuquerque, we get these terrible storms sometimes. And so she goes, what do you want to do because it's your Father's Day to be. And I said, let's go and buy paint. I want to paint my daughter's nursery. And she always says, that's the only my daughter says, my manual labor my dad did.
I
painted my nursery.
I like painting.
I like painting when you're in it, but the prep I hate.
The prep's terrible.
Yeah. The good thing about this is the painting is the first thing we're doing.
Yeah,
that's
smart.
So the good thing is we're putting in all new flooring, we're tearing down some walls, all of that stuff. But we're doing the painting first, so I can be as sloppy as I want.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Between a new house and selling an old house, I've painted way too many rooms in the last year.
Exactly.
Well, want to remind you, Pat's Takes comes up in 25 minutes.
Ooh.
Pat, are you prepared?
No.
Okay, we got 25 minutes to get yourself prepared. And Adam Schefter joins us in 55 minutes.
You think he's talked to Woj this morning? Maybe he can give us some insight?
Well, considering how he runs his fantasy basketball team,
it might have implications for him.
I'm concerned. Adam seems a little bit concerned there.
There's a lot of good info floating around Bristol, Connecticut.
In the linchpin, Jamie Lynch wants to talk about the power.
This is the linchpin.
Power rankings usually don't matter, but when you see your team number one, it puts a smile on your face. And yesterday, the ESPN Power Rankings came out, and the Sixers...
I couldn't believe it.
...were number one.
I couldn't believe it.
And after the week they had without Joel Embiid, it's deserving. They're on an absolute tear. Since, I believe, 2 weeks ago, they have the best overall net rating in the NBA and second best defensive net rating.
What are they averaging? Like 119 without... Joel
This is without the MVP of the league. We have something real. This is no longer a farce, a smokescreen, lightning in a bottle. They're top to bottom a legit title contender, and you have 33 hours to go improve your team.
He's got 32 hours.
32 hours.
Don't make
Excuse
him
me.
think. Daryl Moore, he's sleeping in or something?
He's not sleeping.
Yes.
He's all hopped up on La Colombe.
I watched that starting lineup take the court last night, and it's like the second or third time up and down the floor, and I see Furkan Korkmaz, who, look, I know what he is, but I see him kind of trip over his own 2 feet, and Tony Bradley grabs a rebound. I'm thinking, oh, my God, this team is missing Joel Embiid and Seth Curry, and they're doing all this. Like, this is really impressive.
I tell you, it is.
It really
exciting.
is. So the top five they have Sixers 1, Jazz 2, Nets 3, Suns 4, Bucks 5, Clippers 6.
It's very exciting.
It's nice to see your team number one. I know it doesn't mean anything right now.
You know what I'd like to do, though? Tomorrow night. John Tesh wrote this, by the way.
Have you ever heard the story of how he wrote this?
No.
It's a great. He does it in concert once. He was on tour in Europe, and he woke up in the middle of the night, and he got this round ball rock in his head.
Really?
So he called his home answering machine back in L.A. and literally hummed the tune to himself on his home machine.
Yeah.
So when he got home, he had it, and it was like a fever dream. He woke up with hardball rock and called his home answering machine and
understand that's how Chuck D'Amico came up with the idea of this show. It was like a fever dream.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't wake up anytime soon. I love the idea because I just think that people get very caught up in respect.
Yeah.
Oh, the respect. I respect what they've done. I believe so much more in the Sixers' chances to win a title this year since Joel's been out.
Yeah. Tobias Harris has elevated his game to a new level, a leadership level. He's playing tremendous. He really is.
And I've raised my hand before and I've shared the story. I bitched and complained about Tobias Harris to no end.
John, what'd I tell you?
And he said, and Shaq said as soon as Doc Rivers was hired.
Yeah. I can't get over that.
Now I won't have to hear you bitch and moan about Tobias Harris. I laughed at him thinking, yeah, just because of the coach?
Well,
it's amazing.
I can't shake that story of Doc going to him and saying, Tobias, why weren't you going left last year? That's where you go your best. And if you saw one of the buckets he had last night down the stretch was a little left to the baseline running floater.
He did that against the Knicks the other night where it looked like he was behind the backboard.
Yeah. Let's see what Will has to say. Will, you're on the Fanatic. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on?
Hey buddy.
All right. I was watching the game last night, even though I got off work late and I stayed up and, watch the finish. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to Thursday. I'm off Thursday and Friday, so I'm expecting Daryl to make a move.
Yeah, plus we want to kick LeBron in the beanbag as he's watching on the sideline, preening and posing.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think about this Indiana possibly putting Malcolm Brogdon, listening to offers for Malcolm Brogdon? You think he would be a good piece?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much. He fills a need. He's a ball handler. He can shoot.
But it's a Danny Green.
It is.
Yeah.
So are you okay with that?
You already said
yes, because he's under control for the next 2 years still.
Bob has convinced me, though, that this is, and again, you just that I'm anxious with anything that says Danny Green.
I know, me too.
And maybe I'm overselling it. And look, I'm not saying it's Danny Green or bust. I understand that. But at first, when everybody was saying, Danny Green, you can do way better than that, it made me look at him deeper. And then as I'm watching him, I said, I don't know. I'm seeing something really good in this guy.
And Rachel Nichols put out a point that she said the people that say that Danny Green is great for team chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see it.
And so do you screw with team chemistry?
That's another thing. Although
when you're the number one team in your conference and you're
Brogdon's shooting near 40% from three this year. He plays really good defense. And Morey has said in the past he's willing to overpay on a trade if he gets controllable years back. And there's 2 more years, so there's a lot to that at a decent number.
Still ascending?
Yeah, kind of.
And John, you made a good point about chemistry. But if you want to play devil's advocate to that, you could say, well, what chemistry have they had because they haven't had all their players together at once, right?
No,
I mean, you've missed so much time together. Maybe they haven't built chemistry
Rachel was
yet.
more talking about, I think of locker room chemistry.
Yeah, okay.
That he's a good guy to have around a team, whatever like that. So.
Yeah.
But I still think it's funny that a show called The Jump has Windhorst on it. I still think that's very funny. My vertical leap isn't anything to be
He's
impressed
got a
with.
Saturday Daily News vertical leap.
All right, we got a lot coming up for you, including Pat's Takes coming up in the next half hour. Get ready to laugh. And Pat's feverishly working on it right now. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, as you know, it is tournament time, and with so many games going on, who wants to bet just one? That's why I love betting on parlays on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. It's a great way to combine bets from different games for an even bigger win. And guess what? FanDuel is here to help you if your parlay doesn't go as planned. They'll give you up to $25 back in-site credit if your parlay of 3 legs or more falls 1 leg short. That's 1 parlay per day, each day of the tournament for new and existing users. Now, I told you, I kind of went chalk at the beginning when I filled out my bracket, but I still have Michigan going all the way, so you might want to take a look at them. Villanova this week, tough game against Baylor. Let's see what happens. That's why FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. They're always hooking us up. The app is so easy to use, so many bet options to choose from, and always on promotions. And when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. If you've been thinking about signing up, now's the perfect time to give it a shot. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Bob so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Did you ever hear a commercial on the radio and wonder what would it be like if it were my business? What would that sound like on the air? Well, look, 97.5 The Fanatic is offering area business owners the chance to experience how their company would be portrayed in a radio commercial. Produced for you by our experienced creative team. This is amazing, and you're going to love it. All you have to do is go to 975thefanatic.com, click on the free radio commercial banner, and tell us about your company. We'll take the info, we'll tell your story. Let 97.5 The Fanatic demonstrate the fun, flexibility, and the power of radio advertising. Get started right now at 975thefanatic.com.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-489-6985. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-489-6985 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-489-6985 to see if you qualify. That's 800-489-6985.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Since there was no basketball tournament last March, Unibet is offering twice the sign-up bonus this year. Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. With twice the bonus, go twice as hard. Woo! Watch on 2 screens. Woohoo, yeah! On 2 couches. Both cheeks. And place twice the bets. Bonus! Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p, unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
Are you okay?
Fine. Just tackling the hall closet. I'm flinging myself into spring cleaning.
I'm going to clean up on Chardonnays at low prices at Total Wine. I want to fling into spring with thousands of wines, spirits, and beers to explore. We can save big and mix up cocktails with tequilas and fruit-flavored vodkas. There's so many choices. Chardonnays, rosés, Pinots, Proseccos.
I'm going to Total Wine with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low prices. Total Wine and more. Drink responsibly, B21.
Dear Smart shoppers, ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a new Toyota. Get a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Corolla Hybrid, or Corolla Hatchback with $139 a month due for 35 months thereafter with $29.99 due at signing, plus taxes and fees. Save now, Toyota.
Security deposit waived on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services for Tier 1 Plus or Tier 3 customers only. Complimentary first month's payment up to $300. Customer responsible for any amount of first month's payment in excess of $300. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for details about costs and terms. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end 3/31/21.
Oh, the the action never stops on the BetMGM app. It didn't stop last night during the Sixers and Warriors game. And let me tell you, they have great offers, and they had one last night. If you missed it, if you bet $1 on the Sixers to win, you won $100 in free bets. But don't worry, if you did happen to miss that, they have another one tonight. It's the Bucks-Celtics game. So this is what you have to do. You have to sign on to the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM. Then you have to use the bonus code PatEgan100, and then you just bet $1 on the Bucks-Celtics game. And if you win your wager, you're going to win $100 in free bets. It's an offer too good to pass up. But if basketball isn't your sport, don't worry. They have other sports. They have hockey. They have baseball coming up. They have football. They pretty much have every sport. That's why BetMGM is the best. Get in on the fun with innovative parlay selection builders. That's my favorite part right there. The daily promotions are pretty great too. Boosted odds specials, so much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com. And when you do not forget, use the code PatEgan100 if you want to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on the Bucks-Celtics game tonight. And you win your wager. It's paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You have to be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, don't worry. Help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And they're in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
You saw, Bob, I guess you caught it, that Nina found Sonny.
I have not been watching.
NBA trade deadline GMs you're talking about?
Sonny's got amnesia. The mob boss has amnesia.
Oh, I thought that was the GM in Indiana that was going to move Brogdon.
He's not going to move Brogdon.
No.
Is this crossover going to end soon?
Sonny did not mention Brogdon at all.
Is Carly Chicago's GM that's going to flip Markkanen?
No, Carly's a Bichon. Carly's a Bichon. Is what she is. But, hey, the trade deadline is great. We're at 31 and a half hours.
Oh, I can't wait. Get those Woj and Shams notifications set.
I'm not kidding you. In the 3 hours of sleep that I got last night, I woke up twice and grabbed my phone.
Thinking, I thought I was going to wake up to a trade, too.
And we were all texting last night, and I know it was in the back of Egan's mind, like, come on, Bob, do some hustle and get us some inside information. And, of course, I won't say that I'm trying as hard as I used to, but I do not miss those days a little bit. The trade deadline days were tough.
I was trying to work every angle yesterday NBA last evening.
Yeah.
And the only information that I was told that I was able to share was that the camp of Kyle Lowry prefers Miami as a landing spot.
Yeah, look, if he views it as his free agent courting period. So that's something to take into consideration, that he wants 2 years and $50 million. So that has to be taken into the equation when you're thinking about dealing for him.
So could very well be
something big's happening.
Something big is.
I tell you,
I can feel
they're
it.
going to get somebody
you really
good.
Do. You're feeling it.
I do. I don't think Daryl Morey comes in here being this close on the first year of being here, having never won a title, and lets this pass by to say, no, we're good where we stand.
No chance.
And I don't know if it's just like a veteran buyout thing.
No, it's not going to be.
Okay, that'd be fun.
I really feel.
I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
If a trade hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Daryl Morey.
Yeah. And
that could do this. We could do this.
And Lonzo Ball's name's out there too. There's a lot of guys that could help this team.
Why would they deal Lonzo Ball?
They must think they're not going to sign him long term. I think I got to pull up his contract, but I'm pretty sure he's an expiring contract. So they're just looking to recoup money or picks and talent to build around Zion.
Okay. Well, we will get to it. Adam Schefter joins us at 8:10. Adam Schefter will not give us any insight.
I'm going to text him right now and tell him to talk to Woj before he comes on.
Adam, we really appreciate your insights. Could you talk to Woj for us, please? Could you talk to Woj for us?
Yeah, Lonzo's on the last year of his deal. And you could get him and keep Green. So that's why it's really appealing.
Yeah.
Expiring contract, second round pick?
Maxey and a first would get it done, I think.
Maxey and a first, I'd do it.
Yeah, Jamie and I were saying before the show we'd do it too. Yeah,
I would do it.
All in agreement
now the question is he walking?
Most likely. He'll get paid on the open market, but you do have probably around $20 million-ish to work with.
They have $35 million dead
next year.
That's coming off after this year.
Yeah, so you could do it if you wanted.
So many of our YouTube family this morning and Twitch.tv. We appreciate all you guys out there. And are you loving Mike's work? Use the comment section. Tell Mike how much you love him, because I can tell you this. Our YouTube broadcast of the John Kincade Show looks better than any radio show on television, period. Period. Any one of them. I sent a little note to Pat McAfee that he might want to, up the camera game. Might want to app the camera. Might want to app the camera.
Well, don't let him steal Mike from us.
Might want to. No. I don't think
Back off, McAfee.
I don't think Mike's moving with Carson to Indianapolis.
Well, McAfee might pay better.
He does allow weed smoking in the studio.
Does he?
Yes. You don't know that?
No, I didn't.
Jamie's intrigued.
He's told a hilarious story about his London trip where they had some edibles and he had to go through security at Heathrow. So he just nervously threw down like an insane amount of edibles.
Are you kidding me?
On the team flight.
He is one of the.
Oh my God.
He's one of the most. I will tell you this: is that
very entertaining.
He's a unique character.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's a unique character.
He's very cool,
and I like unique.
Yeah.
So he's a good dude.
Yeah, he said he needed help, like being carried by teammates.
In Cooney's corner, Bob's asking you what would be the best.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
And we've hit on a lot of this already.
I like it, though, because people are anxious.
So think about this. And maybe if you're just joining us, think about this. We've talked about it a little bit, but give the order of what would be best for the Sixers in your mind. And I'll give you 3 options here. Standing pat. Keep the team together with what you have. You're showing you can play a little bit without Joel Embiid. Maybe some of these back-end guys are stepping up a little bit that says to Doc Rivers, you could use me in the playoffs. You get you trade a youngster and some picks for a peripheral piece. Like not the game buster. Not, maybe like we just talked about. If you get rid of a Maxey and a number 1 for somebody, are you into that? Or is it Danny Green shipped for a big name? So your 3 options are Danny Green shipped for a big name, youngster and picks for a peripheral piece, or Stan Pat. What's your order?
Peripheral.
Peripherals 1.
Stan Pat 2, Danny Green 3.
Wow. You've jumped on board the Danny Green wagon.
I have, and he's frustrated me so many times late in games this year.
Yeah.
But
he's important.
That's my order. So it's BCA.
Okay.
First that I'd want to part with, and it's nothing against Maxey. I just think he brings you something, and he's probably not in your playoff rotation the next 2 years. Would be him, a Ferguson expiring contract and draft capital to go get a Markkanen or a Ball.
Okay. Younger player / picks for a peripheral piece.
That's my number 1.
Okay.
Patty, are you...
Green's 3.
Oh, standing pat is 2 and trading Green is 3.
Now, standing pat would be your...
I'm standing right now. You just can't see it.
That is your tribal name, too.
Yeah.
Standing pat. There it is, because we're asking... Stand up, would you, for the audience, just so they get a good picture of you?
This is awkward.
Okay.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
I don't want to ship Green. I'm kind of with you guys. You guys kind of convinced me of that.
Yeah.
I'd only do it for Lowry.
Yeah.
And then if not Lowry, and I think that the strong play that they've shown recently has shown that they probably would stand pat than just make a move for the sake of making a move.
What would you do? What are your 3?
What's yours, though? Your preference?
Lowry, stand pat, and then trade youngsters.
Wow.
And then
we're all different.
But then I'm buying on the veteran buyout market.
I don't know that you're in the veteran buyout market that you're the most attractive spot. I
you're
think
up
you might
there.
I think someone.
You're the number 1 power ranked team on ESPN.
No, but if you're a veteran in the veteran buyout market, Lakers are ahead of you, guaranteed. Lakers are ahead.
Well, depends what AD is.
If somebody's asking in a veteran buyout to go chase a ring, Miami's probably ahead of you. Because veterans run to Miami.
I mean, it has its appeals, but the Sixers probably have a better chance to win it.
Yeah, I don't see them being I think Clippers.
Jimmy Butler, I believe, is an acquired taste.
Yeah. But I can see Lowry.
That comes into Lowry, okay.
Liking that style.
But as to John saying, I hear you about Miami, yes. Veteran buyout, guys are probably saying, come on, Miami. But if you want to win and you want to get some... Like Jimmy Butler is in the equation.
Hey, one of the best ways to be healthier is to lose that extra weight. An NJ Diet's going to help you lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days, and it's contractually guaranteed. 855-5NJ-DIET or NJDiet.com. The YouTube family is going nuts this morning, though, on the Sixers trade deadline.
It's fun,
which is awesome. There's a lot of conflicting opinions. Now, the one opinion I cannot grasp is oh my gosh, we've been so patient and waiting. We got to go all in. Got to go all in. I don't get that anxiousness because I do believe, like we talked about yesterday with the Warriors, I do believe this team has a window of opportunity.
Sure.
At least 3 more years.
Yeah.
At least 3.
The sky's certainly not falling, but you are damn close. And
it appears that way.
If there's some pretty enticing names out there, and I think they're all kind of put you over the top type of moves. So why not? I mean, you still have your flexibility. The team's not going anywhere for the next 3 years. You're going to have some money next year. You could possibly go even as high as a max with Lonzo Ball. Not saying you want to do that, but if you get Brogdon at 2 years more, your window's 2 years more open. It's exciting.
And one of the things, too, is that players love playing in L.A. and Miami.
Sure.
Yep.
And it's no knock, but
it's weather and women.
Where you pick.
Sure.
When you get a chance to pick where you live.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh.
And Philly doesn't tend to be where people go. You all right there?
Yeah.
You're getting nervous with this trade down. You're getting real nervous.
Spilled all his bourbon.
Beers with Bob tonight. There's no bourbon on Beers with Bob, right? There is no bourbon.
there's very rarely bourbon around Bob.
It's beers. Yeah, I'm not.
Bob's not a liquor man.
But we were at we were at a buddy's house this weekend, and they were drinking monkey gin. Some kind of something monkey gin.
I don't know.
I don't know what they were drinking, but they weren't feeling good the next day.
They weren't feeling good.
Gin's the devil's
it's
juice.
It's apparently really good gin. And yeah, that my boys were hurting on Sunday. So my reply was, "Yeah, guys, that's why I only drink beer."
Okay, there is a it's
Monkey 47.
That's
dry
it.
Gin.
There it is.
Okay, it's 7:42 in the morning.
It's German.
It's National Cheesesteak Day. Okay, it's National Cheesesteak
Is it really?
Day. Yes. Any chance we have a cheesesteak here and we're eating it on the YouTube channel before the end of the show today?
0% chance.
I disagree. I feel like I'm on Hollywood Squares.
Zero? 0%
That's
chance?
a less than 0 chance, yeah.
What's your
But
percent?
if you want one down the hall, we'll have one.
No,
Are we doing something wrong here,
I'm
Coach?
just saying is that I think that I have a feeling somebody is hearing this right now and going, I think the boys want cheesesteaks for breakfast.
I would say no.
Charles, you would never say no to a cheesesteak.
Well, that was McNabb, so
I could go.
Oh, it
I could
was?
go
Yeah.
for it.
That does sound. I did that last time with Charles.
I would say no.
He sounds just like Charles there.
A little bit, yeah, I can hear it.
Oh my gosh, what is D-Mac doing right now? I know number 5 still loves us.
I don't know. My board's frozen, so I can't hit that
I'm
drop.
starving.
I know it's not not an Uber driver. So is there another option?
Maybe Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Yeah, last time I saw him, it looked like it could have been that. All right, it's time for that moment you wait for. No, not Adam Schefter in a half hour. It's Pat's Takes.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
hello.
I want the T-shirt.
Hi, Pat.
I want the T-shirt, the Pat's Takes T-shirt. I'll proudly wear it. If we get them made, I'll wear it.
Okay, yeah, keep waiting.
That's good.
David Fincher is one of the best directors on the planet. He's known for such movies as Seven, Social Network, Fight Club, Zodiac, and 2014's Gone Girl. But Fincher's also known as a very demanding director who films the same scene so much that it drains on his actors. He's gotten into it with a few notable Hollywood celebs because of this. One of them was apparently Ben Affleck, who was the star of Gone Girl. The same Ben Affleck who I, after reading about this story, gained a massive amount of respect for. Because in the movie, there's a throwaway scene where Affleck's character has to put on a hat in order to shield his identity, and Fincher wanted it to be a Yankees hat. But there's no way that Affleck, who is from Boston, was ever going to put on a Yankees hat. And instead of just being a person and respecting, the Red Sox fans' wishes, he decided to switch hats to another team. Fincher got into a pissing contest with Affleck over the issue to the point where the movie was shut down for 4 days.
Are you kidding me?
No. Yeah, Fincher thought the move was, quote, completely unprofessional, but I think most fans of sports teams would agree that the move is pretty noble. Affleck showed loyalty to the team he loves since he was born instead of a director he'd met about 7.5 hours ago. So I'm big fan of Ben Affleck after reading this story, who wouldn't give in an inch to David Fincher, who could have easily just been like, all right, we'll put a Mets hat on, we'll put a whatever hat. No, but David Fincher, it had to be a Yankees hat.
I was constantly given gear in Albuquerque and from all the local teams. And I'd hold it up in like a thank you on social media or something like that. It's not on me. It's not on me.
Yeah.
I am not wearing a logo of a team that I don't support. I am a Phillies fan. By the way, changed the phone with 8 days out. Changed the phone back on my T-Mobile device.
Check you out.
Christina and Olivia made that for me, so I had that made with Skinnett. So no, I wouldn't put on Falcon stuff, Brave stuff, anything like that. I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing stuff of another team.
I have very few items from another team. I'm with Affleck on that.
What do you have?
I have an old school Brewers cap.
Why?
Because I really like old school baseball hats, and I have the old school Oriole hat because they're not really like they're cool.
I can't do it.
They're cool hats to me.
I can't do it, Bob.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we used to wear, not growing up, but
and
when I
used
was
to have
younger,
an Indian hat.
Yeah, I used to, like Notre Dame hats were popular. I'm a hat guy. I told you I have over 100 hats. And Notre Dame used to be the thing, but then when my kids went to college, a couple kids
wear their school.
Yeah, I don't wear any other school now.
I have a few, but it's rare.
Pat, you wear my alma mater. Like, you wear stuff that reflects my alma mater.
Like I'm there when they lose to Fordham, and they don't send me anything. But, they'll send you stuff who hasn't been to a game in 20-plus years.
We try to take
whatever.
care of
Yeah, no, whatever. Hey, it's
how
fine.
many years
I'm
do you
not
think
bitter.
I haven't...
I'm not bitter.
Speak again.
You haven't been...
years?
When was the last time you were at a Temple football game?
2 years ago.
Oh,
when?
Boom,
And by the way,
What game?
By the way, like every single...
Roasted.
Pat, you can go on my social media bit of games.
Boom. Roasted. Boom. Roasted.
Like,
all right, I'll fall back.
How about 4...
God, you're taking it as a personal attack.
How about, because you've made an assertion. For the last 6 years,
and we're moving
that they
on.
had games.
And we're moving on. What game did you go to? Seriously.
I can't remember. East
Carolina?
East Carolina, I think the one.
Why
and
did
a
you
lot
hit
of
me
times
up?
I'll go on I didn't know you.
Wow. You find out where you stand in the pecking order.
You
That's
didn't
fine.
follow me on social media.
No, that's fine.
And I followed you.
I'll be unfollowing you after this segment.
Doofus.
Fans are returning to the stands.
It's a good word.
Fans are returning to the stands, and that means baseball players will be playing in front of fans for the first time in over a year. This also means it'll be baseball fans' first chance to let the Astros know how they feel about the whole cheating scandal. The Astros were probably the only team in baseball to be happy that fans had to stay home, but if they thought that they were going to get off scot-free because people forget, they were definitely wrong.
People don't forget.
They don't, and the Astros took on the Marlins the other day, and even though no one goes to Marlins games, one security guard took off his security uniform and put on a cape because he wanted to remind the Astros of what they did. If you're unaware, the Astros would steal signs and relay the pitch back to the batter banging on a trash can. Well, during Alex Bregman's entire at-bat, the security guard banged on a trash can relentlessly. The hero didn't care that he was an employee. He was just sticking up for Abner Doubleday in the game that he created. And it worked. Bregman struck out swinging.
I like that.
That's good.
By the way, he's a bit of a D.
Bregman?
Not surprising.
I got a story I'll tell you off the air.
Okay. All right.
Looking forward to that. I am excited to hear the Astros get it.
Oh, yeah.
People
don't forget
that more. No, they never should forget.
No.
Never should forget.
And then finally, some guys just have all the luck. Jensen Kapp seemingly has won the lottery of life. He's listed as a comedian and a rapper and a podcast host, but he's just one of these guys that has it all. Jensen somehow convinced Daniel Fischel, a.k.a. Topanga from Boy Meets World, to marry him. So he became the envy of every millennial out there. But then he got the ultimate prize in the cereal box the other day when he opened up a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and found shrimp tails. Nothing like a little surf and turf in the morning. So Jensen contacted General Mills, but they claimed it was nothing more than cinnamon and cereal crusted together.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, it's not. Now, it's clear that it's shrimp tails, and anyone with two eyes can see that it's shrimp tails. So after being treated like an idiot, like I just was by John Kincade, Jensen went on the offensive, going scorched earth against the little heavenly cinnamon squares. You have to give credit to General Mills, though, for their new toys in the boxes.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
It really hasn't, but I myself, and the YouTube can see, I'm a Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan, recently opened up a brand new box of CTC, and what I found was kind of horrifying, but kind of awesome. Head on over to our Twitter account at 975JK Show, where I just tweeted what I found in my box.
Oh, God.
It was a can of Axe body spray.
Wow.
Now, I just thought this was an accident, so I opened up another box, and that's when I realized, no, it was no accident. It's just a new strategy, because in the second box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, there was a cinnamon-encrusted VHS tape of the Nicolas Cage movie Gone in 60 Seconds.
Wow.
So if you find shrimp tails or a VHS tape or cans of Axe body spray, just be grateful. Don't put the company on blast on social media when you already have a hot wife that every guy in the late 90s wanted to hook up with.
They may have watched you on the YouTube channel, Pat, and thought you needed the Axe body spray.
Wow. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
right?
I'm just trying to think of what they did.
From 6 to 10, human punching bag over there.
As long as the check clears, Bobby, I don't care.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Good job, Pat's takes. I want the shirt. I
got a little nervous with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch thing because, if I'm not mistaken, the box that Pat's eating out of right now was given to him by somebody on this staff.
It was. It's full of Pokemon cards.
Yeah. I was like, I hope there's
Really?
nothing
That's
bad in there. Yeah.
I can't believe he got
Is
the
that
manga.
which one is that? Is that because I brought him one too?
Yeah.
Did you really?
This
Well, that's
one.
why I
This
said,
one's the one.
Oh,
that
I
Bob
knew you
gave me.
did. That's why I said
But I'm
one
wondering,
of us.
did I sabotage your
You may have.
box of
Well,
Cinnamon
the
Toast Crunch?
one that John gave me was the Axe body spray.
Oh,
and
good,
then for the
okay.
bigger box, which is Bob's
Okay,
gave me,
I
it was
put the
VHS.
Axe body spray in there. I'll admit it.
What?
I put it in there. I'll put it in there. Alec, you have 25 seconds. Alec, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Couple Sixers trade deadline things. I think that they're going to end up standing pat, and not making like a huge move. I really wanted PJ Tucker because I thought that it gives you like a huge upgrade over like a Mike Scott defensively and offensively.
Yeah.
But what I'm really thinking is they should consider trading Shake Milton, and only because if you think about it long term, they're paying Tobias, Ben, and Joel. I don't think they're going to be able to keep a guy like Shake who can score like that off the bench. I mean, I just don't see it. So what do you guys think? If they trade Shake, who can they get back?
I got to tell you, that was a great 37 seconds. That was a great 37 seconds. Very strong. I like that. I like that.
No,
right.
I'm not looking to trade Shake Milton because I hear what you're saying about the money, but this is a guy that is prospering under Doc Rivers,
and he's having a $1.8 million cap hit next year, so you still have another year.
That's why you can't do it. All right, coming up in the next hour, Adam Schefter joins us. And we will ask Adam Schefter about $3.5 million for Joe Flacco and more. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This is the best time of year for those who want constant opportunity to be able to wager. In the college basketball tournament, it gives you so many ways, and now we've got a Sweet 16 coming up this weekend. You're going to want to be knee-deep in the action. So this is the time that you download the Parx Casino Sportsbook app or go to parxcasino.com and use the promo code FANATIC for that risk-free bet up to $500. Here's the best thing, too, is right now you want to bet ahead, New Year's or sign up and get a free $50 sports bet. And there is no deposit required. That's pretty good. With the local home team here, that you're betting with the home team sportsbook app. Right now, Gonzaga on a $100 bet's going to win you $155. Baylor on a $100 bet's going to win you $350. I think that one looks tasty. And Bob has been telling us about Michigan all along. That can win you $750. Check out those future bets right now. You got to get in on the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. Download it today. The Parx Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
What's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, we've got the answer, no matter what you're craving. Because Wawa now has dinner. Every day starting at 4 p.m., you'll find crave-worthy dinner options that will make everyone happy. Like fettuccine Alfredo, kids' meals, delicious Angus burgers, French fries, and more. Choose in-store, curbside, or delivery. Wawa dinner. Sounds good.
Come in from the cold for something hot and comforting from Wawa. Savor the handcrafted salty sweetness of a toasted caramel crunch latte, topped with a caramel drizzle and crunchy caramelized sugar. Or cozy up to the warm, inviting vanilla sugar and spice aromas of our new cinnamon bun coffee, bursting with a delicious fresh baked flavor. treat yourself and try them both this winter to create your very own getaway to deliciousness. Gotta have a Wawa.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Did you know that you can save energy and money with Pico? When you schedule an energy assessment, a Pico expert will help you identify areas in your home that could be wasting energy and create a personalized report of recommendations to help lower your bill. Plus, you'll receive free energy-saving products. Schedule your assessment today. You may qualify for a free energy checkup. Visit pico.com/assessment or call 888-5-PICO-SAVE.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So many razors. How do you choose? Dollar Shave Club has a premium 6-blade cartridge designed for daily shavers and a 4-blade cartridge that's for less frequent shavers. And they put both blades in one new starter box. So now you can test drive both. If only it was that easy to choose your bracket every March. At least when it comes to razors, they got you. For more info, visit dollarshaveclub.com/gojo. That's dollarshaveclub.com/gojo. And check out DSC at your nearest store. You got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business and powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more. All with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL. It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Experience March like never before because fans are welcome at the FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. You can bet the bracket and watch every game live all tournament long on our 52-foot LED media wall display. And with tons of betting kiosks, you won't miss a thing waiting in line. Treat yourself like a #1 seed. Get off the bench and into the action at FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Your home for college hoops all tournament long. Must be 21 or older and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. You can't get more Philly than that. We're always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. The YouTube family this morning now hung up on what does Adam Schefter eat for breakfast if he was having cereal. There's a big debate going on right now. So Adam Schefter's cereal of choice, if he's listening to the show like last week when he heard my Batman discussion, Adam will tell us what cereal he eats. Now, a gentleman, Michael, says Schefter absolutely eats Fiber One for breakfast.
No question.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
no, I do not
I
believe
think
that.
he's got some
Fiber
form of,
One?
not Fiber One, but some form of
oats or grain.
wheat, oats. Yeah,
I think he's a Kashi.
See, I would think.
I think he's a Kashi
See,
guy.
I would think Honey Nut Cheerios.
I would think Raisin Bran.
I could see that.
So you're all thinking that Adam's constipated?
No, just Raisin Bran's delicious.
No,
Yeah,
he's
you're all
not. That's
talking,
why.
But you're all talking cereals that make you poop.
He's health conscious. He's not going to be eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I am saying Honey Nut Cheerios.
I could see Cheerios. I don't think he's a Honey Nut guy.
So you don't think you do the Honey Nut?
I think regular.
So
You know what
who's
the best
crazier?
Cheerio
You think
is?
he's crazier than Coach?
No, he actually eats. I just think
Okay.
he eats well. The multi-grain Cheerio, very slept-on
really good?
Cheerio. I love the multi-grain.
Slept on.
Why are you sleeping on it? Is it on your bed? You're eating them in bed?
People sleep on that. Just letting you know.
Oh man, I wouldn't kick her out for
My
eating.
cereal. I got roasted for my cereal take the other day. I like boring, non-sugary cereals.
Go ahead.
Honey Bunches of Oat, Cracklin' Oat Bran, multi-grain Cheerios. I do love Cinnamon Toast Crunch and like Honey Bunches of Oats.
Betty would not let me have sugar cereal.
I wasn't either. Crispix was
I was
big
not
in our
allowed.
Life, and Crispix were huge. Cracklin' and Raisin Bran.
My mom would not allow it. She got too many complaints from the nuns early on in
You
grade,
don't need
in grade
sugar.
school, and she said no sugar cereal. I was not allowed to have it, which is just really dumb.
I had bologna
really
and peanut
dumb.
butter for
Hey, boom! All right, as we start the 8 o'clock hour,
Bologna. Ugh.
Joe Flacco. Okay, I'm in. I didn't want any part of a Nick Foles reunion, so I guess I'm in. I also don't feel the need to bring in anyone that's going to push Jalen Hurts. That's why Foles could never have made a third return to the city. The Hoagie mouths would have been on nostalgia overdrive. But the difference is, I don't think it would faze Hurts in the least. I just didn't want a circus. I just want a legit shot for Jalen Hurts to receive a fair evaluation. That doesn't come in 4 games. That doesn't come in 4 halves. That comes in a good, I'm going to say minimum 10 or 11 starts. I want to see what Jalen Hurts can do. The idea of Flacco to me is boring. It's uninspired, and it's dull. But there's one other word I'd add to that perspective, is it's also perfect, except for the price. I'm not happy with the price. And the idea that overpaying for your backup quarterback significantly doesn't make sense to me. But I also don't want any kind of contrived drama in the quarterback room. The Eagles have already seen enough of that in the past year. So, bring in Joe Flacco. I just hope I never have to watch him. And that's where we begin. The 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show on Twitch.tv and YouTube, and, of course, streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. Oh, and let's check the clock. Oh, Daryl Morey, you got 31 hours.
Like sands through the hourglass.
There's pressure on you. Pressure. 31 hours. So that's where it stands. So the Joe Flacco discussion. We had spirited discussion earlier today. Very spirited discussion on this earlier today. And it really did. The family on our social media was very much going back and forth about where they were falling on this. When you're the second or worst cash-strapped franchise in the NFL, overpaying by $2 million for Joe Flacco, like matters, or even $1.5 million. I want that money. I want that flexibility and freedom. I don't want it to be spent on Joe Flacco. The only thing I don't like is the price. We all agree. I think he seems like the right guy for the job.
Yeah, I do. And I don't think he's the last quarterback you're going to see on this roster either. I think you use one of those, 4th, 5th round picks or whatever, and you get another quarterback to be here because...
As long as Sudfeld's not back, I'm okay.
Yeah, and I would say, you said, I hope I don't see him on the field. I don't think you will, because I think if they do take someone in the draft, you're not going to go into the season with just 2 quarterbacks, right? So if anything does come up, I think they even put in the young kid, a rookie, in there as opposed to a Joe Flacco. Look, we're not going to lie. I have friends that know Joe Flacco. Jamie has friends that know Joe Flacco. We've heard that he wanted to come back here and be that kind of mentor type, and that's what we're banking on. Great. Money, we've already had that discussion before. I do think it's exactly what we laid out before. It's Jalen Hurts' team. Like it or not, it is. You need somebody that'll be another voice in his ear. It looks like you got it in Flacco, another good man in the quarterback room. We can debate salary, but I see nothing wrong with it. I agree with you.
I think it's a perfect signing. $3.5 million to me is
top 8 backup quarterback money.
That's to me, that's a position worth having a top 8 guy in. I mean,
but he isn't a top 8 guy.
He's a coach. Like, I really believe he's being brought here to surround Jalen Hurts with another football mind, a guy in the quarterback room that knows what he's looking at on tape, that knows the rigmaroles of the season, that knows. Isn't it rigmaroles?
I'll give it to him. He was on a roll. He was on a rigmarole.
What is it? Rigmaroles.
Rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
You're saying Pam or
I think
Pam?
it's a wrong use of rigmarole. I'm going to challenge you. I'm throwing a challenge
flag.
I'm throwing a challenge flag.
Well, whatever.
That statement
is under review.
Coach, could you check? I think he misused rigmarole.
While he finds
First
the
of all,
definition.
It's rigmarole.
Roll?
Yes.
I thought it was raw. But whatever.
I think it's rigmarole.
Maybe that's just my Philly
Temple,
accent.
John, come on. It wasn't like me and you. You attending class.
Whatever. As coach gets the definition and we find out if I'm in violation or not.
Yes, I think
he's viewed as much as a because look, you have a really young coaching staff here too. Nick Sirianni, he's got as much NFL experience as Joe Flacco does. So I think Joe is at a point in his career that he's ready to become that mentor, and he's another coach.
Well, it's about time he became the mentor because his reputation is that he has absolutely never been and never interested.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's fair. I think he had one comment about Drew Luck in Denver, and when he was in Denver, he was a guy that's coming off a recent Super Bowl that still thought he had something to prove.
Let's have a ruling, Coach. We got a ruling
sure,
here?
because it's going to rule in your favor.
No, in rigmarole.
No, it's not pronounced that way. It's not spelled that way.
It's not spelled that way, but it's pronounced it.
Yeah, it's spelled Rigmarole.
But there, if you look at the,
and then when you look at the pronunciation, correct. After RIG, there is an upside down E in parentheses.
Stank on it.
What does it mean? That's what the challenge is on.
Yeah.
What the word means. I think it was a misuse of rigmarole.
A long, rambling story or statement.
Well, that could be, we just call the linchpin the rigmarole.
A lengthy and complicated procedure.
Yeah, the NFL season is a lengthy and complicated procedure. Yeah, sure.
No.
I'll rule in Jamie's favor.
Bob's the journalist here.
I'll rule in Jamie's favor.
I think a rigmarole is more like what we have to listen to from Kincade during the breaks than the NFL season.
They don't get picked up on the microphone either, right? They don't get. All right, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You got to bet with it. The best in live in-game betting all tournament long. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. You don't have to be 21 or older. You just have to be 21. That's why the Parks Casino app is better. Because you just have to be 21. Because the minute you're 21, you don't have to be 21 and older. So like on your 21st birthday, you slap down that Parks Casino app, you can use it.
Until you're 22, and then you're done.
Now, other apps may say to you, you got to be 21 and older.
Yeah, like the great people at DraftKings Sportsbook.
They might wait till the next day.
They just want to be really detailed.
You're 21 and you're like, I'm just dying. And you're not 21 in a day yet. You're not 21.
I like attention to detail, and DraftKings Sportsbooks gives you that.
21 in a day yet. You've got this going on. By the way, it's a very tasty item from Temple University.
Oh, now he's really thrown in your face.
No,
Matt.
I mean, this is a very tasty item. What's my alma mater?
I'm not arguing with you.
Who paid tuition.
Egan was the one that had the argument.
Egan's interloping, but we like the interlopers.
Not my fault I couldn't get in.
But he's an interloper.
They were very selective.
It is, he's Subway. He is the, as I've said, because I used this term last week, had a couple people ask me, he's Walmart alumni, but we welcome him in. The person who likes a school, who buys the T-shirt at Walmart and wears it without the parchment.
Yeah, if I visit a college campus
they're
and I
Walmart
stop
alumni.
in the bookstore,
They're
I might get
Walmart, if
something.
they wear it, they're Walmart alumni. So that's the way it works. All right, we'll find out what Adam Schefter eats for breakfast and other riveting things coming up as Adam Schefter will join us here on the John Kincade Show coming up. I just don't see him being the old man serial.
No, Shefty breathes old man to me.
He's health conscious.
He's going to do the OC. Well, another person said old man told me, John, I'm too old to have this phone cover, to have a Phillies phone cover.
The internet's a wonderful place.
Says, no, this is our YouTube family. So these are people who are supposed to be like part of the foxhole. Guess what? No, they're not. I think this is as Anthony would say, it's a tasty item. And they're homemade.
I don't care what my daughter gives me in life.
You'd use it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like it, though.
Well, yeah, that's
She knows
great.
I like it.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
it matches your Phillies tumbler perfectly, John.
Got my Phillies tumbler in today, so it works out.
From a kid, it's special.
It always works like that, too.
Creeps.
So. Yeah, come on, creeps. Absolutely.
Our foxhole creeps.
So we're waiting for Adam Schefter to join us. He's having yogurt and fruit, according to
I think
Coach
that's
is saying. Yogurt, fruit, or a granola guy.
I think that's most likely.
Yeah.
I could see him yogurt, some berries.
Remember, he spent a lot of time out in Denver.
So you think he's using the cannabis butter?
So for breakfast, I don't know what I don't know what if he could be having. He could be over. I've never run into him over on Bong Boulevard, though, near my apartment.
Something tells me you're not going to find Shefty there.
I don't think so either. Can you imagine that breaking news? That would be one where one of the other networks would be trying to say, look where Adam Schefter was.
Yeah.
Look where he was hanging out.
Can we cheapen him so we can get him?
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. So we're waiting for Adam to join us.
He's
here
talking
now.
to Woj right now.
I want you,
hopefully
on your
he'll be
behalf,
back.
because I want you to know that as a pro, you do a bit of everything. So Valspar is offering 5 gallons of PVA primer at just $39.99 and 25% off Ultra Paint and Primer at Lowe's. The offer is valid March 15th through the 26th. So that is running out for you. You want to make sure that you do that. The man who all of Philadelphia wants to know what he eats for breakfast, Adam Schefter, joins us. If you had a cereal, Adam Schefter, what would be the cereal you would have for breakfast? Most likely, we've all taken wagers.
Well, let me say this: I love Cheerios and I love Kashi. Those are my
nailed it. I
got Cheerios.
I said Cheerio. You said Honey Nut. I said Cheerios and Kashi. I nailed it.
Adam, do you go?
I work with children.
Do you go Honey Nut?
I love Cheerios. I love Kashi, but I really do have blueberries, yogurt, and granola for breakfast every single day.
We know you too well,
Shefty. Coach got that.
He got that. Yeah.
Coach nailed that. I like the blueberries. Blueberries is a good choice.
I am a creature of habit, routine, and pre-pandemic, there was a shop in my neighborhood that I would go into, and this woman would make my smoothie every day, and her name was Lynn, and my name's Adam, and so she came up with a concoction. It was like peanut butter, banana, almond milk, cinnamon, and she loved it and I loved it, so we named it the LA Smoothie.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
And I used to have I would say I probably had it for 5, 6, 7 years running, an LA Smoothie, a shot of wheatgrass, and then I would go to Starbucks and hope the barista, unlike Philadelphia, wouldn't spill coffee on me and get a chai tea latte.
So this is wheatgrass, you said, because you did spend a lot of time in Denver, so we're clarifying it's the wheatgrass that you get your days.
But post-pandemic, I don't leave the house.
There you go.
I have the blueberries, yogurt, and granola every day, and that's been my breakfast every day for a year.
Adam, what's going on? The idea that Joe Flacco's here. We've had a little bit of a disagreement this morning on the idea of the price tag. We all agree on everything about Joe Flacco. Would appear to be a smart choice to bring in as a backup quarterback. He's not a real threat. He has a winning pedigree in his life, so he can work out. But the idea that you paid $3.5 million to me seems steep. It's 8th in the NFL in backup quarterback salary.
Yeah, well, the only thing I could say is they obviously must have valued him, coveted him, put a price tag on him, and he can always say, look, I'm not coming unless I get this. It's not like he's got a better offer. But the offer that he has, the leverage he has, is the ability to just say, I'm not going to play. So the Eagles have to pay him to go play. He's made enough money in his life, but I'm sure it's a great thrill for him to get to go play for the Eagles right now to finish up his career in the area where it started. He lives close by to Lincoln Field, so that's an ideal scenario for him. I'm sure he wanted it, but quarterbacks, no matter who they are, cost something. No quarterback just comes for free. So maybe they paid him $500,000 more than they had to, but I don't think you're talking about anything in the grand scheme of things.
Adam Schefter joins us on the Comcast Business Hotline, where you bounce forward.
Yeah, and Adam is also brought to us by our wonderful friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Shefty, is part of the salary of Joe Flacco almost to be the voice on the shoulder of a young Jalen Hurts, to almost be a more or less another coach on a very young coaching staff? Could that have gone into, the valuation that they placed on him at $3.5 million?
Well, I think what it's always important is to gauge and to think about what the quarterback room will be like, what the composition of that room will be like. And yes, you always want somebody to show the way to a younger quarterback. I mean, that goes without saying. But I think more important is that the quarterback room is made up of the right vibe, the right mood. I don't know that was the case last year. I don't know that was right. That now, even if you draft a quarterback or sign another quarterback or trade for another quarterback, or whatever it is, if it's Jalen Hurts and Joe Flacco and somebody else, it should be a good room.
He has Adam, he has a reputation, though, at least, and maybe it's incorrect, that, and I just went back and read stuff about it, that he wasn't in the mood to be a mentor to young quarterbacks until last year with Sam Darnold. Is there something that I'm missing there? Because I've seen people report it, that he that wasn't of his desire to be a mentor to anybody until last year.
Well, that's fine. And that very well may have been the case, but it's sort of like, well, I'm used to starting on my basketball team, my rec back, and I turn in my 50s and I realize I'm not going to get as much playing time. And I think you come to grips with certain things in your life. And how old is Joe Flacco now?
36.
37? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think at 36, he probably thinks a little bit differently than he did at 31, like a lot of quarterbacks. I think when you've had the type of run that he's had, when you've had the experience he's had, when you've bounced around like he has, I think your perspective changes some. And you're able.
The only thing I'd ask you on it, Adam, ask you on it is watching Matt Ryan's career up close and personal. He always was incredibly welcoming of every quarterback that was ever put around him. As far as
Matt Ryan's always been the starter.
Yeah, for most of his career, Joe Flacco was too, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't last year. He wasn't always in Denver. So the last few years, he hasn't been the slam dunk starting quarterback. So things have changed around him, and I think that you know what it's a little bit like. It's like a player who gets to the free agent market. I'm getting $10 million a year. I'm getting $10 million a year. He's still sitting out there after a couple of weeks of free agent. Well, he's not getting $10 million a year. Well, I'm not taking any less than $6 million. Well, when $6 million doesn't roll around and you sign for veteran minimum right before training camp, you modify your expectations and goals.
Shefty has
I think that Joe Flack.
Sorry, buddy.
I think he probably has modified his expectations and goals with where he's at in his career, with his injury history, with everything he's been through. I think it's easier for him to accept and embrace a role like the one he has now than it was for him to do a few years ago.
Shefty, through your reporting with the Eagles and all, we know how strapped they were with the cap going into this free agency period. So how would you describe what they have done? They signed Anthony Harris, Joe Flacco. Good move. But not a lot else, and I guess that's what we expected, right, Shefty? Did it kind of go as planned, do you think, on their part?
Well, the fact that they were able to get Anthony Harris, I thought, was a big deal because when you are as cap-strapped as they are, to add somebody like that in the secondary, I thought that was a nice pickup. So I didn't expect them to be able to do much of anything at all, and they did that. So that to me was a little bit of a victory for Philadelphia. To me,
we saw the Carson Wentz comments about he's very excited to be in a place where he feels shares his values was the word that a lot of people really found strange, including us. Values, vibe, everything like that. It just seemed like a strange comment. And the idea too that he felt his career in Philly was pretty much, he knew it wasn't the place the first time he got pulled from a game. That also seemed really, really strange.
Listen, what was strange about it to you?
That the fact is, the first time you face adversity, you want to run. That you say you're the guy who just took $120 million guaranteed. They pull you from a game, and you feel that at that point, that's the time the light bulb goes off and goes, "This might not be the place for me." That's crazy to me, Adam. I'm a competitor. That's crazy to me.
Well, listen, when we started talking about Carson Wentz and his unhappiness, when we started talking about Carson Wentz and his unhappiness in December, which many people at that time questioned, part of it was that he didn't want to be a backup at all. That's not. And when we talked about him wanting out of Philadelphia, and people questioned that, that was what I remember hearing. He didn't want to be a backup. He wanted to be the starter. And by the way, again, Carson Wentz's goals and expectations. We're back to that again.
Why would you think you're going to be the backup when you just got $120 million guaranteed the first game you're pulled? Why would you assume that you're going to be the backup quarterback? That's ridiculous.
But why do you even have to say that? Like, if you're so good and you're making so much, like, how come backup's even in the conversation? But I guess.
Well, he put it in the conversation. I think he mentally checked out.
Well, I think there was some mental things going on there, whatever that was. But when he was not entirely comfortable with it. I didn't go inside his mind to know, but again, that's the one thing that he didn't want to be a backup. Like, I'm just, I don't think he was ever comfortable with that, and so maybe that planted doubts and negativity in his mind when it happened, and it messes with people's confidence. Like anybody in any line of work that all of a sudden gets a demotion, even for a day or a week or whatever it may be. And now you're wondering, okay, I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if I want to be here. Wow. I don't know if I want to be with this company.
Wow. Any chance you can talk to Woj? Jamie?
No, I called in before to make sure that I would have some sort of NBA update.
What do you got for us, Adam? What are the Sixers doing?
Wait a minute, this is a Shefty bomb.
I will say this. I'm not expecting Malcolm Brogdon to be traded in the next 2 days.
Juicy.
Okay? I'm not expecting him to be I had been debriefed on the possibility that Kyle Lowry could be traded months before, to the point where it's one of the reasons that I drafted Fred VanVleet in the third round of my fantasy NBA draft.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this day. So that won't surprise me if Mr. Lowry is dealt. And, I love the NBA this time of the year because these GMs, they love to wheel and deal. It's just awesome.
Do you have a team?
And so,
do you have are you a Nuggets fan? Do you have a team you root for?
Yeah, per sources, my fantasy team.
That's it. Because if you would like to get on the Sixers bandwagon, we got a spot for you. And I guarantee you we can get you gear too. Not to really, we can get you gear.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this: if gear arrives at my house, XL shirt, medium shorts, if gear arrives at my house via one Michael Rubin or whoever it is, okay, I will happily embrace it. Okay,
he's on the Sixers wagon.
Hey, good man.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, Adam, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for making time for us today. Thanks for the juicy scoop. See you, buddy.
Yeah, guys. Well, let's see. And back to my yogurt, blueberries, and granola today. And by the way, let me say something about that. I am very, very particular about the blueberries that I pick. Like, my wife used to Instacart them, and I'm like, honey,
no, you have to pick them.
You can't do this because they show up soft and mushy and mold. Like, we're not doing that.
No.
We're only doing blueberries that I can see in person. And she hasn't been to a supermarket in a year. Because she's a diabetic. So I am the designated food shopper, and part of the reason I am the designated food shopper is I want to pick my blueberries, sort of like Bill Parcells. If you're going to buy the groceries, they might as well let you cook them, right?
Shefty's like at a pro day at the Whole Foods. He's holding the Blueberry Olympics. So good job.
Absolutely.
Good job, Adam. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Great.
And thanks DraftKings Sportsbook for presenting Adam to us, America's #1 top-rated sportsbook app.
Oh, we got so much coming your way. You want to make sure that you're a part of it. 610-632-0975. There are other names out there. Plus, all of Audubon, New Jersey is excited this morning. How big is Audubon? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody. The tournament, well, it's down to just 16 teams now. So if you've been watching from the sidelines, now's your chance to get in on the action. FanDuel Sportsbook, in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, is hooking you up with exclusive 30-1 odds on all 16 teams left in the bracket. Even the top seeds. That's right. New users get 30-1 odds on any team to win their next game this round. You can win $150 on a $5 bet. Now, I told you I got Michigan going all the way. They're -2.5 against Florida State this weekend. And a lot of you might be looking at Villanova. They're getting up to 7 points now against Baylor. All you have to do is download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and make sure your first deposit to unlock exclusive 30-1 odds. The app is so easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. Just sign up with promo code Bob so they know that I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older in present New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager in designated offer markets. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. It's Parks Madness with 97.5 The Fanatic.
Parks Casino and Sportsbook is 97.5 The Fanatic's official home for tournament basketball.
Catch all the games and bet on all the action at Parks Casino and Sportsbook and on the Parks Casino Sportsbook app.
Parks Madness.
Go to 975thefanatic.com for all the details and find out when we'll be at Parks Broadcasting Live.
Presented by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of the Real Philly Fan. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The tournament is in full swing, and DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of action. I'm Adam Schefter, and bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you win $100. It's that simple. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100. All it takes is a $1 bet and that team winning their next game. There's no way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code FANATIC for a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only, new customers only, restrictions apply in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you could buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World.
The year is 2019, and someone is waiting for a table at a restaurant.
Thompson, party of 4. Thompson, party of 4. Thompson, party... Oh, there you are.
This has been The Sounds of the Old World.
Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p, unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
In this corner, wearing 4 layers of flannel, it's I'm too cold. And in this corner, stripped down to nothing but his tidy whities, it's I'm too hot. Let's get ready to tumble over each other trying to reset the thermostat.
If this sounds like your home, it's time for a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole house air filtration system so your family is breathing only the cleanest air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Don't miss Power Pro Equipment's tax-free lawn and garden sale event March 26th and 27th. Get the equipment you need and Power Pro will pay the tax on your purchase. Power Pro Equipment in Malvern and Quakertown. While you're there, check out the Mahindra tractor line. Mahindra tractors have a heavy-duty steel frame and more built-in weight so you can safely do more work. Come see Mahindra's full line from subcontract to utility tractors. Power Pro's tax-free days March 26th and 27th. Online at powerproequipment.com.
Don't miss Family Company Jewelers' Viraggio Bridal Show, March 22nd through the 27th. See the largest selection of Viraggio rings in the area and save hundreds. 1 week only. Preview brand new styles and settings and have Viraggio custom design a ring just for you. Head over to their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, March 22nd through the 27th for the Viraggio Bridal Show and save big on the ring of her dreams. Follow on Facebook or visit FamilyJewelers.com for more info.
Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
When you're injured on the job, you need someone who will fight for you, someone who can stand up to the insurance companies, and someone who knows the laws in Pennsylvania. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. They wrote the book on workers' compensation in Pennsylvania, and they will fight for you. Visit PAWorkinjury.com now. That's PAWorkinjury.com. When you're hurt at work, turn to the team you can trust. With offices in Center City, Bristol, and Malvern, our attorneys are ready to listen and give you the justice you deserve. Call or click today. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
It's time to talk about my Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport that I got from my friends at North Penn Volkswagen. A few months ago, we unfortunately had a car in the family break down, and we found ourselves in the situation that we needed a new one. And we went to North Penn Volkswagen, and we loved it. It was a great experience up there. This past winter, it was brutal with the snow, and the Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport handled it like a champ. Finally, the warmer weather is upon us. I implore you, visit North Penn Volkswagen or northpennvw.com. I got my car there, and it was so easy. My sales guy, Matt, was accessible via text and email. We hardly spent any time in the showroom at all. I got the car that I wanted with no hassle. But believe me, you don't have to take my word for it. Just run to Google or run to Dealer Rater and listen to the other customers. You'll say the same thing. They'll say the same thing that I'm telling you right now. North Penn Volkswagen in Colmar is a breeze to get to. It's right off Route 309 Bethlehem Pike. And there's never been a better time to buy a new Volkswagen with 0% financing for 72 months on almost all new 2020 models. And they have incredible lease deals if that's what you're looking for. They have various specials for college grads and everyone else. North Penn is sure to have a great option for you. Go to northpennvw.com. North Penn Volkswagen, the right experience, the right choice.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Beautiful morning here on the John Kincade Show. We get a 0 for this one, though. We're late getting in on this segment by a mile. But
that's Adam's fault. He hijacked
Adam Schefter, tends to derail things.
My name's Adam.
And if you want to know how there's perception, there's reality, there's what people hear, and there is what actually happens. I present to you the internet. Now I'm going to use the internet. I'm going to use Twitter feed email, and our YouTube channel. Okay? Here's one from our YouTube channel. This show carries Shefty's jockstrap. So the morning show indirectly carries Howie's jockstrap. Okay, so that comes in. I go to my own email where I'm told, would you show Adam Schefter some respect? Why do you never take anything he says at face value? Why do you constantly challenge him? Okay, then we go back here. It's like, Shefty says nothing. He never said a thing. He talked about blueberries. Okay? Then I go to Twitter. Twitter goes, I love how you guys get Adam Schefter to share things in a very casual, relaxed setting.
That pissed me off.
I think those are all four corners covered.
And here's the last one. Kincade, Adam Schefter could buy and sell you. Why in the world do you not? Man. You have to challenge him. It just tells you do the same thing, and people's perceptions are completely different. First of all, Adam, flat out, I'm not when a guest comes on. I'm always a believer in the 80-20 rule. That when a guest is on, 80% of the time, it's the guest's voice.
Sure.
We do that.
They're the expert.
role. But I am absolutely going to challenge.
Sure.
I'm not going to sit here and be a fanboy. And if Adam Schefter says something, then I'm not going to challenge him on it. So, flat out. And if a starting quarterback in the NFL gets pulled from a game, and that's the moment that they say, yeah, I think that's not the place for me. To me, I'm going to challenge that statement. Yeah, and I'm going to call it weak ass.
That statement is under review.
Not Adams, but it's a weak ass statement. If you're the starting quarterback of a team and you're yanked once and you're like, okay, well now I'm done.
Yeah, and once you said it to Adam, I think he I could hear in his voice say, "Yeah, you're kind of right on that. That is odd."
I thought so too.
That
like
he would
I thought
come out
that,
and say that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's the way he went with it. I don't think he was offended.
No.
But that's what this seems to be. This one emailer seems to be.
It's funny. I've learned in this industry that people hear what they want to hear, and you're not going to convince anyone otherwise.
Okay, we hear what we want to hear. I'll play this differently, though. Do we hear what we want to hear, or have we conditioned our brains that we filter messages differently?
Probably the latter.
Like, because I know there are people. And it's not about hate the face people, but I think that there are people that the minute that I hear them speak, I don't respect them. So they could say something that is very valid and very understandable, but my bias against that person makes me not even want to listen to them. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin is such a vicious SOB.
Yeah, he's a nasty dude.
Nasty dude. What he did to his daughter, to me, is the most vile, disrespectful. I cannot even see his face.
And his wife had a fake accent and he didn't know?
And he wasn't offended by that. The fake accent of his wife, which is really strange.
It's the weirdest thing
But I mean,
ever.
like, Bob, do you have any of that? Like, where you think that you're so biased?
Well,
because I'm admitting my bias.
Here's a lesson that I tried to teach myself, and it wasn't very long ago, but I need to listen to people, not just hear people.
What are you, white men can't jump?
No, I'm serious.
You listen to Jimmy, but are you hearing Jimmy?
Yeah, but we have that in our profession. We have that in our profession. People hear what we're saying, but they don't listen to what we're saying. You know, so it's like you're grabbing headlines a lot of times. Somebody will say this and that, and you don't hear the words in between, or you don't listen to the words in between. And it's something that I really had to train myself because of my old profession. You have to really, really listen what's being said to interpret what you think it is. You can't just grab the headlines. You can't just grab bits and pieces of it here and there. So, look, I know there's people out there that are listening probably hate everything I say, therefore,
right here, Bob.
Yeah, and therefore, it's
don't
his
ignore me.
Sixers.
Right in the room.
Yeah, his Sixers takes are horrible, and that'll never change.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do to change that. So that's why, like Egan and Jamie just said something on the break about people. I don't pay much attention to it.
There's so many dislikable people in the media to me.
That probably suck.
But if I hear facts, I can take the fact from the person I dislike, and it can sway me, or I can use, like, if Jack Collinsworth, I cringe even looking at it
too.
Yeah, but if he was like, on third down and longs this year, Jalen Hurts showed I'm just making something up. I would take that fact and information and separate it from the person I hate. So I try to do that.
Okay, and we
I think I'm fair with it.
We do not do politics on the show, but I can tell you, just as an example, anything that I hear out of Rachel Maddow's mouth or Sean Hannity's mouth, I don't want to hear either one of them.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch cable news.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it. But anything either one of them says,
sure,
I don't want to hear it.
Because they're extremes on both sides.
And I don't want to hear it. I have no interest.
And that's okay.
It alienates me, but I don't even want to hear, even if they have a valid point to make. I don't want to hear it.
Cable news is terrible.
I can't watch it. I can't.
Now, see, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to put this so not to offend. So you have two sides to everything, and you may choose a side that you want to watch. Okay, say if there's coverage of something and one goes extreme one way and one goes extreme the other. Honest to God, just being the person that I am, I check myself and say, you need to look at the other side, maybe that you don't agree with, because you may learn something there also.
Oh, around election times, we usually flip to see both sides.
Yes, and whether it's sports, whether it's whatever. Yeah.
I'm a middle of the road guy. I think all extremism is bad on both sides. I'm boring.
I do not like any kind of extremism.
Yeah, it's usually nonsensical.
And that's why this show is, we do not, and it's one of the things that we said from the very beginning. We do not do politics.
Never.
We don't do politics and we don't do the show.
Yeah,
like we yelled at each other last night in a group text because
you kept trying.
Did I?
Yeah,
I don't think it was me. Was it?
It was all of us at one point or another.
Then we're yelling at each other. Shut up!
Except Coach.
Save it for the show.
Coach just kept talking about peanut butter.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, this is such a violation.
We'll get to this.
Okay.
Hey, locally,
you have to.
It's your dog.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, Pets Plus Natural has got the largest selection of all-natural pet foods, treats, and supplies to keep your furry loved ones happy and healthy. I want you to visit petsplusnatural.com. And remember, Beers with Bob tonight. 6 to 7 tonight.
Yes, me and Andrew Salchunas. He will be joining me from home as he recovers.
No peanut butter.
So, yeah, we're not going to have peanut butter on the show.
Okay, no peanut butter. Coach.
Especially not from Coach.
Coach, peanut butter? Come on, Coach. Let's see. Peanut butter?
He doesn't know how to work
Not everyone can see you adjusting the mic. Let's go.
Don't worry about the mic.
Sorry about that.
Look alive.
What's the matter?
Doesn't Natalie leave the mic in a proper
situation?
No,
this mic is completely jacked up.
It's jacked up?
Oh, just that mic. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, give it to me. The what's the peanut butter story here? Because I felt a bit repulsed.
What?
Yes, you should.
So Cameron wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Cameron is not, for those people out there, has 2 legs, not 4.
Yeah, correct. He's my son.
Yes.
And
he's 8?
Oh, he's
Cam,
8.
Cam.
Went into the cabinet.
Okay.
Grabbed the peanut butter. I had 2 jars of peanut butter. So I wanted to use the one that had, I wanted to finish a jar. So as I started putting peanut butter on the bread, I realized that the peanut butter was 5 years old.
Oh, geez, no.
Is there an expiration date on peanut butter?
Smelled good.
There should be.
Was it oily? Did you have to mix it up?
Nope.
See, that's what I first thought last night, that you would have to mix it up. Because sometimes the peanut butter sits, it gets a little...
That's the natural peanut butter.
What did he have, unnatural?
Was it like a Jiffy?
Jif Creamy?
Yeah.
Just creamy.
Jif Creamy, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had Jif Creamy for dinner last night.
Those have some salt.
It was awesome.
Wait, just Jif?
Jif Creamy on some what are called whole grain something crackers.
Oh,
okay.
I had Jif Creamy crackers for dinner. I had been at to lunch earlier today or in the day.
Oh, okay.
So I had too much to eat, so I wasn't going to eat another meal. And then I was worried about being able to wake up and watch the Sixers.
Would you have served your children?
No.
5-year-old peanut butter?
No, because I like.
You don't like Cam.
I like my daughter.
No, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
It's good for them. Yeah, it's fine.
No, he would have.
It's encased in salt. It's fine.
Oh, Addie told you that.
No. But don't listen to Jamie. He'll eat pizza from 2 years ago.
No. 2 days ago, yeah.
That's not refrigerated. I still can't believe
36 hours is kind of my room temperature.
God forbid, by the way,
gross.
God forbid you shower at night and sleep in a bed. Jamie's out on that.
You're nasty.
But eating 5-year-old peanut butter, it's okay.
I am not giving my daughter 5-year-old.
Nor should you.
It's fine.
First of all,
team coach here.
First of all, Christina checks the expiration dates of things where she throws things out
It's suggested.
Like a day after, and I'm like,
Like the
that's
speed limit.
dumb.
Yeah, it's
like
a
one
suggestion.
Of pill. Like,
Is Cam fine?
like pills.
Yeah, I just talked to him. He's
he's doing great.
He's got a full mustache now.
I ate it too. I had 2 scoops of peanut butter.
It's fine.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Did you throw it out after you served it, or did you put the lid back on and put it back in the pantry?
I threw it out, yeah.
Oh, man.
I threw it out.
Scott
I
says,
don't think I'm doing it.
Scott says, dear coach, lose the beard mask already. He's telling you to lose the beard mask. That is what Scott, one of our YouTubers, did. So I'm just giving you that.
Why would Scott care if I'm wearing a beard mask?
He loves the show.
There's a thing out there called COVID, so I'm being protected.
And then Mark goes, oh, sheesh, Egan is all tatted up.
Oh, yeah, I got these prison tats. I ain't no bitch.
It is just there. So he's got Bob does not have a tattoo.
I did time.
I do not have. You've said on the show you don't have a tattoo.
No, I do not.
I do not have a tattoo. Jason says peanut butter does not last 5 years.
Yeah,
So
that kind of grosses me out.
There would be an expiration date. There is expiration date on peanut butter. There are expiration dates on peanut butter. And Carter says the expiration date on peanut butter is certainly not 5 years. He said we are not in a bomb shelter.
It's a suggestion.
No, is it? Do you really believe they're suggestions?
Yeah.
That the dates are just suggestions? What about milk?
No, that's real. That turns.
Does your bride or do you sniff the milk before eating it or creamer before?
My wife
drink milk. I don't drink milk.
Neither
I
does
don't
my
really
wife
either. Just half and half.
Christina cannot open up the half and half without going, sticking her nose on it.
Smart.
After I look at the date, I might.
Sure, but she just used it yesterday. I'm like, do you not know that it's...
Well, that's why there's an expiration date. It expires one day, and the next, they're the one before it wasn't.
I think that's where she says, mind your own business. In the linchpin, there are other names out there in the trade market.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, Adam might have just alluded to one of them when he was with us, NBA Adam. But there's a couple other names out there, and I hate to say this, but they're all good fits. And we're not talking Kyle Lowry. We're talking the moves outside of Kyle Lowry. And the names Woj alluded to last night were Lauri Markkanen, who's an expiring contract from the Bulls on the last year of his rookie deal. Lonzo Ball from the Pelicans, similar situation, expiring deal. George Hill's even out there as a veteran kind of guy that I've wanted here for 2 years now. I think he would be a good fit. But I'm kind of swaying towards these guys away from Kyle Lowry because you can get a Lauri Markkanen who can stretch the floor with the second unit, work in some with the first unit.
I don't know enough of his game.
He's shooting 39.6% from three this year.
Okay, we can take that.
He's big. He can shoot. His problem has been injury history throughout his career. Lonzo Ball's a phenomenal defender, a phenomenal passer. He's shooting the ball really well, and he's a scorer. Both those guys intrigue the hell out of me because you can keep Danny Green and upgrade your roster tremendously.
I'm leaning that way. I'm leaning towards upgrading and keeping Danny Green. I just think
you've spooked me on this entirely.
Yeah.
I do not want Danny Green to go. I am spooked and can't do it.
And look, I know how silly I sound saying I don't want to get rid of Danny Green.
No, but
who
your
would have
roster
thought
becomes
that?
better.
It becomes better
if you keep Green.
Look, your biggest asset here is Joel Embiid, and if Danny Green is even a small part, which I don't think he's a small part, I think he's bigger, but even if he's a part of Joel Embiid climbing this ladder of getting the MVP level, I don't think I'm going to be so quick to trade him. So, Markkanen I like a lot.
Yeah.
I would like that piece an awful lot.
Lonzo fits really well, too. And even George Hill, if you bring him for the second unit, kind of shake backcourt, buddy, that works, too. It's rare where every guy fits.
Well, you know what that's a sign of?
A good team. Yeah, exactly.
It's also good, but we've also seen where we feel this opinion because the head coach has displayed the skill set of his entire roster.
Yeah.
We're not guessing that at the trade deadline, well, now we can expect more of this guy, but we haven't put him in a situation.
Sure.
Doc lets people showcase their skills. Much like we do with Pat's takes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I get to showcase it. I think that they're going to make one of these, quote, minor moves. I think that the asking price for Lowry should be too much. And I really think that what they've done recently, like winning tough games without Joel Embiid, they're looking back going, all right, I mean, we don't need to make this bold move. We can kind of surround the second unit. I'll disagree with you here. I don't think Markkanen or Ball are minor moves. I think they're pretty big moves. When I say minor moves, I mean not Kyle
Not
Lowry.
moving.
Sure.
Green, right.
But like Markkanen, you could probably... You're not getting hung up on if you offer Tyrese Maxey in a first round.
Not at all.
That's
Not
a
at all.
real deal trade conversation.
I'm not even blinking on that.
Because he's only $6 million on the cap this year in his final year.
I think you can get another Maxey. I don't think you can get another Thibault.
Yes.
I like it's harder to find with Thibault. So I do too.
But you throw in a Ferguson expiring contract, Maxey in a first, you probably got yourself a deal.
By the way, one of our followers that watches the show who slid into my DMs.
Oh, what up?
He said, I will make a prediction that the videos you're watching are Coach Damian Cotter. And I said, yes, it's Coach Damian Cotter.
Oh, welcome back.
Coach Damian Cotter is on YouTube, and that is the videos where I was trying to find out more trying to understand more of the whole conversation about what gets lost with the spacing and what if you don't. And Coach Damian Cotter is the video. He goes, I'll bet you it's Damian Cotter you're watching. They're a little different demographic, but Coach Cotter is awesome. Great videos, too. And I learned watching the videos.
Yeah.
And there's graphics and there's all kinds of stuff.
And last year, Jamie will tell you and Pat will tell you that I just didn't understand that when they fed the ball down to Joel Embiid, they would run someone through him. And basically it was like, okay, let a defender leave my man and I'll go double Joel Embiid because they're making it real easy. I mean, that little switch that Doc Rivers did from the get-go, where you pass the ball to Embiid turns and faces defense, and you're not running a guy off of him, so you're not bringing crowd to him. I mean, look how much easier it is for him to operate. And we screamed about it last year.
It's an indictment on Brett.
Brett Brown didn't know what the blankie was doing.
And the other
Let's
thing...
not make this real confusing.
He didn't know what he was doing. He was overmatched.
I don't think he was incompetent, but I don't think he was great by any means. What Doc did with Tobias Harris is not a mistake either. It's just something as simple as going left.
Brett Brown.
The kid is a baller.
Brett Brown was a great coach when there were no expectations.
That's fair.
When there was no expectations, he was a great coach.
That's a fair way to say it.
I don't think Brett had a good year last year.
No, he had a bad year.
Yeah.
No, I will never understand the Brett Brown defenders.
Well, I almost became like a hipster with him. Like so many people hated on him that I was like, guys, it's not that bad.
And
there's worse.
And as Tim shares, Kincade, it must be like looking in a mirror every time you criticize Brett Brown. I do not look like Brett Brown.
From the eyes up, yeah.
Do not look like Brett Brown.
It was a small...
Because that's all I see is your eyes up.
I do not look like Brett Brown. Well, I'm not wearing a mask or anything. We got a lot coming up in the last hour.
Look deeper, Bob.
Sixers and the Warriors. What did you see last night? Bob was the star student. We'll tell you why coming up. Final hour of the John Kincade Show for this wonderful Wednesday comes your way next here on The Fanatic.
The tournament is in full swing. The opening weekend was a blast. I can't wait for this weekend as well. And DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you win $100. It's that simple. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100, and all it takes is a $1 bet and that team winning their next game. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code FANATIC for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. And then I'd also mention you get reliable in-home Wi-Fi coverage and protection from network threats. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months with no term contract required, and get advanced security free with the X5 Gateway. Just activate through the Xfinity app. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay, and 6/20/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Pro Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Did you ever hear a commercial on the radio and wonder what would it be like if it were my business? What would that sound like on the air? Well, look, 97.5 The Fanatic is offering area business owners the chance to experience how their company would be portrayed in a radio commercial. Produced for you by our experienced creative team. This is amazing, and you're going to love it. All you have to do is go to 975thefanatic.com, click on the free radio commercial banner, and tell us about your company. We'll take the info, we'll tell your story. Let 97.5 The Fanatic demonstrate the fun, flexibility, and the power of radio advertising. Get started right now at 975thefanatic.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1,000,000-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is, because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
Are you okay?
Fine. Just tackling the hall closet. I'm flinging myself into spring cleaning.
I'm going to clean up on Chardonnays at low prices at Total Wine. I want to fling into spring with thousands of wine, spirits, and beers to explore. We can save big and mix up cocktails with tequilas and fruit-flavored vodkas. There's so many choices. Chardonnays, rosés, pinots, proseccos.
I'm going to Total Wine with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low prices. Total Wine and more. Drink responsibly, B21.
Don't miss Family Company Jewelers Viraggio Bridal Show, March 22nd to the 27th. See the largest selection of Viraggio rings in the area and save hundreds. 1 week only. Preview brand new styles and settings and have Viraggio custom design a ring just for you. Head over to their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, March 22nd to the 27th for the Viraggio Bridal Show and save big on the ring of her dreams. Follow on Facebook or visit FamilyJewelers.com for more info.
Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Dear smart shoppers, ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a new Toyota. Get a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid with $309 a month due for 35 months thereafter with $39.99 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Save now, Toyota.
Security deposit waived on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services for Tier 1 Plus or Tier 3 customers only. Complimentary first month's payment up to $600. Customer responsible for any amount of first month's payment in excess of $600. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for details about costs and terms. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end 3/31/21.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
My name's Barry. I live right above you. I don't host parties. I host after parties. They're like parties, only louder and nobody goes home. You can see right here I ripped out all the carpeting because it was holding me back with my pogo stick. Man's got a pogo. Oh, I'm a prankster. I'll grease up a soda can and then when somebody grabs it, boom!
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and it is tournament time, and with so many games going on, who wants to bet just one? That's why I love parlays on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. It's a great way to combine bets from different games for an even bigger win. And guess what? FanDuel's here to help you if your parlay doesn't go as planned. They'll give you up to $25 back inside credit if your parlay of 3 legs or more falls 1 leg short. That's 1 parlay per day, each day of the tournament, for new and existing users. That's why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook app. They're always hooking us up. The app is so easy to use. They have so many bet options to choose from and always on promotions. And when you win, you get paid in as little as 24 hours. If you've been thinking about signing up, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code BEER so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code BEER.
Must be 21 plus and present in NJ or PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I can't wait to finally see what my new coworkers look like once we get these masks off. I'm expecting to be disappointed.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show on National Cheesesteak Day.
You're going to Inception me.
I am so hungry for a cheesesteak right now.
I'm getting one today. I want to go to the place that Egan... I don't want to give them a free commercial because they don't advertise. Right?
Really?
Do I?
A free commercial?
It's the
That's what I'm
ultimate.
saying. Do I? Because
we gave Honey Nut Cheerios a free commercial
No,
earlier.
but there's lots of great places where I go for a cheesesteak.
You could give them a yo.
Hey, cuz.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a yo. But I haven't been there yet, so I can't. But I will tell you that both of my cousins, the firefighters,
It's the ultimate fat guy cheesesteak.
say that I have to go there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, so give it to me. Where are we going?
Mama's Pizzeria.
We're going to Mama's?
They don't have pizza, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, figure that one out.
Okay, there are... I will
But
tell
their
you
cheesesteaks
this.
are incredible.
I will tell you this. There are businesses along the main line that have things on their storefronts or their business fronts.
Mm-hmm.
And front being the operative word that don't actually do any of those things. So I know that there are some of those out there. So this is a pizza front? I mean, there is no pizza. They just do cheesesteaks?
Yeah, so I went in there probably 2 years ago, and they had a sign outside that said, we have pizza back. And I was pumped because their pizza is incredible. And I went in there about a week or two later, and I said, hey, can I get a small plain?
Right.
And they went, oh, no, we don't have pizza anymore. I said, what happened? And they said, our pizza guy quit.
Oh, my gosh.
As if you can't find another guy. Like, they flew this guy in from Naples, but their cheesesteaks are incredible.
Okay, we trust Mopar, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're
You say
Mopar. We're Mopar
We're team
people.
Hey,
Mopar.
But Mopar's like, you got to go to get cheesesteaks in Levittown.
Stop.
No. Mopar.
Sure, they have good cheesesteaks up there, too.
You.
But,
I love you.
Why wouldn't they?
But I'm not going to Levitt. I'm not getting in the car. You know what? Road trip, boys. Let's go to Levittown for a cheesesteak. What?
I mean, I would take you to South Philly for my favorite.
Guess what? Nick's?
No.
Pat's?
No.
Pat's.
I love
What?
Jim's. I love John's. Mine is Angelo's.
Okay, I've never done Angelo's.
Because he does the Cooper Sharp cheese, which is the best melting cheese. It turns into this instant
I
goo.
want this. I want
and
this.
he bakes his own bread in house. It's the best. It's
okay,
the best.
then I'll try that. We will definitely try that.
We will do it, yes.
In football season, baseball season, whatever, we'll definitely try that. I've never tried that.
We could go down there and get a couple before we go to an afternoon Phillies game.
That sounds like
great.
a plan. Yeah.
Nick's is one though that to me now the
There's
weird
so
thing
many
is,
good ones.
This morning I saw the Barstool Elite 8.
Oh, the ranking. Yeah, I saw that too.
But Nick's was on it, and I always think of Nick's as I've never had a cheesesteak at Nick's.
Either have I,
roast beef.
because I love the roast beef.
I was shocked to hear because I've never heard anyone say you got to go get a cheesesteak at Nick's.
I'll try it. I'm open to trying anything.
Yeah, try. Well, We guessed
at least once.
I guessed that.
Yeah, you're good. You're a good eating connoisseur.
I guessed that. By the way, the 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. So the Sixers and Warriors last night. I absolutely love this. The idea that the Sixers not only did not have to face Steph Curry, that now you won't have to have the constant whining and bitching and complaining of LeBron James when they face the Lakers on Thursday. I love the idea that this West Coast trip, especially when you're being asked to play without Joel Embiid, is actually being a little less challenging than you expected. But what I see about the Sixers is it's just something that I love. It's something that I love is when I think it's the thing that I like best about this team is the fact that Doc Rivers, every day when you show up for work, Doc Rivers may count on you for something. And it allows us to go into this trade deadline knowing what this roster is bringing to the table. And it also is so refreshing because I spent around 2 hours last night watching the Flyers. And all I will tell you is that the Flyers are a energy vampire right now. They are sucking it right out of me. It's dead right now. And if I have to hear one more time, it's in the blue paint. The blue paint. There's the blue paint. I'm going to scream bloody murder because I couldn't. I wanted to flip channels last night, so I could not sync up Saunders and Coatsy. No call. And I love hearing Keith Jones's insight. It's in the blue paint. It's in the blue paint. Blue paint. No call. No call. Driving me nuts. I'm just about to check out. I'm about to check out. I have to turn down.
Well, the water's warm, John.
Oh, my gosh.
You need a break. You're where I was.
Seriously, I'm out of it. So that's where we begin the 9 o'clock hour. But, by the way, Daryl Morey, you got less than 30 hours. And I'm starting to get impatient.
Through the hourglass.
I'm starting to get impatient. And so is McDonald Carey. And he's been dead for like 20 years.
Hey, Hagel.
Here's Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. John Kincade show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You're saying get into the war? I'm getting, because the one thing is responsibility means I have to watch the Flyers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to give them my time.
And I'm not doing my real service right now. I probably checked in for maybe 10 minutes last night.
That's horrible.
I needed a break.
That's horrible work by you.
I wanted to punch a hole in the wall last week.
Okay,
but I'm also going to tell you
I'm doing this for my house.
Bob was the good student last night.
Yes, he was.
Bob didn't read the Cliff Notes. I read the Cliff Notes because I went to speak. I went to bed before the second quarter tipped off.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that game's in hand.
They were up 24 early.
This game's over. This is going to be a joke. Then I find out this morning as I'm brushing my teeth and doing my facial routine that it was, I love Bob's faces. That they were down by 6. We'll get back to that. They were down by 6, and
yes.
I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. They gave up 40 points in the third quarter. Doc went to the bench, which wasn't getting it done last night. Shake Milton scored some points, but the bench as a whole wasn't getting it done. But it's another thing that Jamie alludes to. He kind of rides these waves, and while we're sitting at home probably saying, come on, Doc, get Ben back in or get Tobias back in, whatever, he rides the waves and says, okay, there goes a 20-point lead down to 10, down to 8. Uh-oh, we're down 6. But he doesn't use uh-oh. He just kind of says, okay.
But he uses timely timeouts.
Unbelievable, yeah. And then he knows his starters aren't coming, but they're coming out with, a few minutes to go in the third, and then they'll play a little bit into the fourth. But he doesn't panic.
No.
And he just goes back to it. And Tobias Harris, look, if I want a last-minute basket, I'm dumping it down low to Joel Embiid and see what happens. But Tobias Harris is really proving how good of a finisher he is and a go-to guy. And here's another thing. I wanted to bring this up earlier, but I didn't get a chance. We talk about Danny Green and maybe how much of an effect he has on Joel Embiid being a better player. Joel Embiid has that effect on Tobias Harris also. So Tobias has gone on this streak without without Joel Embiid. Imagine when Embiid gets back and he has even more room to work. Tobias Harris could start to become really lethal as the number 2 option on this team, even more so than he's been all season.
He's killing it this year. I mean, down the stretch, they needed buckets last night, and he had no problem going and getting them. He he's elevated his game, and Doc Rivers definitely has an effect on that. It's not a coincidence now that twice in his career he's played his best ball under Doc Rivers. Those two get each other. Doc gets what makes Tobias great, and it's a great marriage.
Here's what I don't understand, though, is Tobias was a hell of a player before he got here.
Yeah.
How did Brett Brown not study what Tobias Harris does?
It's a great
well
question.
And implement it?
My cousin just texted me during the last break. Tim was like, man, and he didn't hate Brett Brown. He kind of hated Brett Brown. But he said, this is every game that goes by, this is more and more an indictment on Brett Brown.
And it is.
Yes. Part of it's also, it's a much better roster this year, but Brett definitely shot himself in the foot a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how you could watch the season and go, how did Brett not figure some of this stuff out? Yes, it's a little bit of a different roster.
A lot different roster.
Yeah, but like the big pieces.
He didn't get the most out of the players that are on the roster.
And that's the thing. The big pieces, yes, you have Dwight Howard and you have Shake Milton playing a bigger role. You have different guys in there, but the big pieces are still the same that they were last year. So looking at it, it's like we would buy in when Brett Brown would say things like Shake's coming, starting, and you'd want him to succeed, but he just didn't get what Doc Rivers is getting out of these guys.
And we talked about this before, about that, just the mentality that you get in sports. Why is a really good team constantly losing to a bad team? Why does a really good pitcher struggle against a hitter that's not very good? Well, the mentality of the Sixers the last few years was that they couldn't win on the road. They got a couple this year.
Now?
They got a couple this year, and then you get a couple more, and then it's like, oh, we can win on the road. And you have a different teammates in there also, like a Danny Green who played on a really good team last year that didn't really lose much on the road. And it changes. The narrative changes that quickly.
Yeah, Josh Schrager, who works on the Sixers broadcast, put out this stat earlier. The Sixers on the road this season are 12-9. The Sixers last season were 12-26.
There you go.
I mean, that's
all you need to know.
Drastic.
Yeah.
Hey, with thousands of technician job openings nationwide, you can train to pursue an automotive career. Let UTI show you jobs in demand and how you can get trained in less than a year. That is uti.edu. The Bob Cooney faces, I hope that Mike grabs some of them, are great because I slipped in so I'm just doing that and doing the facial routine. Now, it's not like there's a giant facial routine.
How did you not hear this? Did you black out again?
I guess.
He's still tired.
So John says, when I wake up, I brush my teeth and I do my facial routine.
I was brushing my teeth and doing my facial routine.
It's an interesting way to go about it.
The facial routine is not that complex, but I do not wash with just soap and water.
And then it's complex.
Wash with
You exfoliate?
Instead of soap, I
use
a
cucumber in your rectum.
Charcoal scrub.
No, it is it just in the morning. It is
not opposed to that.
It is a pump of.
I bet it is
Neutrogena face wash. So it's soap for your face.
Okay, yeah.
Neutrogena face wash.
I use face wash,
but you have to use Neutrogena face wash
because my face goes all the way back to the back of my neck.
Seriously, yours
bald
does.
head. So I exfoliate the head and face.
You exfoliate the head.
Well, it's like that. I forget what company makes it.
But is it a product?
It's a face wash.
It's not just soap.
Yeah, it's a face wash.
Soap is terrible.
And it's got those little beads in it that kind of scrub your.
Soap is terrible for your face.
Yeah.
Soap is terrible for your face. And I can tell you.
And then I lotion.
The gentleman says here, he goes, if your routine is more than just soap and water, I've got questions for you. Well, I don't have a question because that's why my face looks like this and yours looks like that. Is what I would say to you. Is that you can invest.
Jeez,
you can
man.
invest.
That's a good Bob face to
grab.
You
can invest in your face. You can invest in your face.
I would invest in yours if you said that to me. I'll tell you that right now.
You can invest in your face. Is what I'm saying. Is you talk about another man's face. I'll put my face up against.
So Lori marketed.
I think he's an ass face.
Well, Mike,
put my face up against another man's. Is that what you just said?
My age, absolutely. I will absolutely. Absolutely.
So Lonzo Ball is a little ball dominant, don't you think, Bob? Does that concern you?
Quality of your face.
I like his outside shot. He can create a little bit on his own.
Mike, I think Mike Missinelli's being hostile this morning.
I wonder how he does off ball predominantly. He really kind of needs that leather to touch his hands.
Hey, speaking of leather touching your hands, in Cooney's corner, there's not a lot of leaks.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Good luck, Bob.
Yeah, here we go.
Have at it.
All right.
By the way, CJ says his face is rugged, John, but his hairline is more like Bob's. So there you go.
My hair. Oh, okay.
So how about those leaks, Bobby? What do you got?
That's part of the morning routine.
I feel like going and taking one right now, to tell you the truth. But well, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and John, I think you pointed it out, and accurately so, that these leaks that are coming out of the Eagles about who they might draft, and they were coming out nationally, but they were coming from somewhere, right? And we were wondering, why the hell would they leak stuff like this? And it's to play for position in the draft and to make other people think that they're not going to go this way when actually they are. Whatever. I like better just sit in the weeds and be quiet, and that's what they've been doing lately. And it made me wonder, there has to be a reason why they went back on, well, let's put out there that we might be thinking this. And I think it's because things are falling their way. If you look at the mock drafts and everything, and we're going to look at Jamie's again tomorrow.
It's falling their way.
It does seem like that, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like everybody is saying they're going to get either Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts? And I think that 3, 4, 5 of us are all like, okay, I'm on to that. I don't know. I just think things are going really well here. Miami's made a couple of little moves.
I heard something this morning that shocked me. It was Mel Kiper. And he said if Sam Darnold was coming out this year, he would be the number 2 overall pick. And if you're the Jets...
Wait, if who?
If Sam Darnold was coming out this year, he'd be the number 2 pick. Of the quarterbacks.
And he made the case for Kyle Pitts to the Jets. Now, I think that's too high. If he
why
ends up,
would you buy that? Like, why
I'm
would
not
you,
buying it.
No, I'm saying, though, is this, why would you buy Kyle Pitts with the second pick?
When you could trade back and get him.
When you get him at like 14 or 15.
But it was interesting to me that Sam Darnold, he had as the number 2 pick in this year's draft. The Jets are a very interesting team. I think they're the wild card that could alter things falling the Eagles' way slightly, but not overly concerned. I think Jamar Chase is going to be there.
I really do.
I do too.
But do you think that...
I'm trying not to get too giddy.
But what if Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts are both there?
I go Chase. But I'm very happy if they end up with Pitts as well.
It's a no-lose situation.
Yeah, I think they're both no-miss.
The fact that Chris Mortensen already blew the lid off the building with if Jamar Chase is there, the Eagles will draft him.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
and Mort said that 3.5 weeks ago.
Good.
Because the Eagles, again, if you have poker night, if you're having a poker night, invite Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman to your poker night because they will tell everything. They have all the tells.
Keep speaking it into existence, Mort. Please.
Absolutely.
Please.
They will do that.
God, I would love it.
I'm happy to take responsibility for all of that.
But you know what, though? I'd be thrilled to get a Pitts jersey, too.
Yeah, I think both those guys are can't-miss prospects.
I'd be thrilled to get either one of them. I believe Kyle Pitts will have every bit the NFL career of a Kelsey. Every bit.
Absolutely.
Of what Kelsey brings.
Did you see he ran a 4.46 yesterday?
Yeah, I saw you post that.
He's like a robot out of a science fiction movie.
He's insane.
He is insane.
Yeah.
And by the way,
4.46 at that size.
Incredibly, being an SEC guy for so long, incredibly coachable.
Well, it's because he's from the great area of Philadelphia.
Works his backside off. A team leader.
He's like 245 running 4.4.
Yeah.
Love him. And when I hear anybody on Philly sports radio or in the media just go, oh, the Eagles don't need a tight end. They already have Goddard. I said, okay, you've never watched SEC football.
He's a jackknife.
You've never watched SEC football.
He is such a playmaker.
Oh, gosh, he's spectacular.
He cooked Patrick Surtain off the line.
He reminds me of, I use this a lot, a high school kid playing against grammar school kids.
Yes.
That they're just bigger, stronger, and you say, well, yeah, because they're older. Well, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, because he's bigger and faster than everybody else. He just is.
I will see if I can dig up what Tony Gonzalez said about him, but Tony Gonzalez along the lines of saying he's so much further along as a player
than he was
at the same point.
I don't doubt it. Wow. I mean, Tony was playing basketball. You know what I mean?
He's like, he's so far ahead. So when he hears Tony was being asked about the correlations.
Yeah.
And he said, that young man's so far ahead of where I was.
Yeah.
Because he was learning in the NFL.
I can't shake the quote I heard from a scout. Too fast for linebackers, too big and strong for safeties.
Yeah. I said it on the show. I forget who said it, though. Might have been Deion Sanders. I'm not sure.
Deion?
Might be.
Coach Deion?
Wasn't Gonzalez's last basketball game in college against Temple?
It might have been.
For some reason, I have that in my head.
Familiar.
Yeah, I think
gotta check it out. I thought you might know that. Yeah,
was that the Eddie Jones and McKee? Was he that?
It may have been. It would have been one of the.
I have a great story on him.
Or maybe the Pepe Sanchez.
Hey,
era.
Natural Lawn of America is safer for your lawn, your kids, and your pets. Schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds guaranteed. So, Villanova legend, Walter Payton Award winner Brian Finneran lived in the same neighborhood as Tony Gonzalez, and they were on the team together. It's Thanksgiving. So the Finnerans are having Thanksgiving, and Tony and his just wonderful wife, beautiful family, was coming over for Thanksgiving dinner. He walks in the door, and he hands Brian Finneran's wife salmon.
He doesn't eat turkey?
And he says, can you cook this up for me? Coming to Thanksgiving dinner.
That's not a great look.
That story has been kicked around for years.
That's bold.
So he walks in the door and says, can you cook this up for me? Because he doesn't eat turkey.
The proper move is to say, do you mind if I cook this myself?
That would be different.
Yes. Then the host would say, no, I got it.
He said, would you mind cooking this up for me? And that is something that has been, that story's been kicked around forever down in Albuquerque.
See, now are you guys families that would let that sit and like kind of fester on it? Because if I heard somebody say that to my wife, I'd be like, yo, dude, are you out of your mind? You're cooking that yourself.
I'd say it immediately.
Yeah, I would say it immediately, too. And I'm not, like, confrontational. But if it's a friend of mine, I'd be like, yo, dude, what are you insane?
I'll fire up the grill for you.
Yeah, my wife's been cooking all day, dude. You cook your own salmon.
That's Tony Gonzalez coming in. Because Tony his body's a temple.
Oh, God.
You know, his body's a temple. His body's a temple.
That's a power move. Yeah, it's a Hall of Fame flex.
Guess what?
Oh, absolutely.
And many women want to join the congregation.
He's a handsome man.
You know, they want to.
Yeah.
Would any of your friends do that?
No.
No, because they actually know Christina. And they would absolutely never try it. They would never try.
I think some of my friends like Addie more than me, so I don't think they would.
I don't doubt that.
You don't try.
I like Addie more than you. I never met her.
Women do not. Jamaican women are not messed with.
You don't play with them.
No, you don't play with Jamaican women. You don't do that. By the way, my cousin Billy, he says as a fat man, I claim supreme authority that Delco steaks on Route 3 in Broomall.
Never been.
He says, and Billy is he says he's a self-proclaimed fat man.
I trust the fat man.
But then I'm hearing.
Don't like skinny chefs.
Then
Exactly.
Chief Danny checks in, and he says R&O is reopening on Monday. So I have to find out what R&O is. Yeah, I got to find out what R&O is.
I have no idea.
That's another one. That's
I'm intrigued.
reopening on Monday.
Yeah, but they're reopening though.
Breaking news. And Mama's. He says Mama's is very, very.
It's a
very,
good
very good
cheesesteak.
stuff. So, which is good. So,
I'm getting really hungry.
I might have to go too.
I'm so hungry. You know,
you ever do the pizza steak? That was my dad's go-to for 25 years.
I've had them, but like to me earlier, there were people having it. Where's the best cheesesteak? They were doing in Albuquerque this morning. And I said, this is like asking, where do you get the best New York bagel?
Yeah.
Type of thing. My guess would be is that with a pizza steak, it's like a chicken. There's no such thing as a chicken cheese steak.
Yes, it's kind of an oxymoron.
Has to have meat.
Yes.
Has to have beef.
Yes, because steak is in the name.
Chicken cheese steak doesn't. There is no such thing.
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah,
I don't want a chicken cheese steak.
But a pizza steak's a delightful
especially when
item.
they shred up the chicken, garbage.
Oh, I love
garbage. The shredded chicken.
I like it.
Pat, you do chicken cheesesteak?
I mean, I haven't had one in years, but just
a good change of pace.
Shredded
just
chicken,
to needle
though?
you. Yeah, I like it.
The shredded.
Just to needle you.
The shredded chicken I do not like.
It's a good change of pace. I like it.
I'd rather have
chunks of chicken.
Chunks of chicken.
Okay. Huh.
The
Both are good.
Chicken, then I would like the shredded chicken, and it's not a cheese steak. So, So there you go. And there's also the blind
now I want a pizza
cheesesteak taste test that someone's saying we should have a blind cheesesteak.
Okay.
taste test.
I'm in.
We could try that. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's saying no to that.
I think we're all in.
Yeah.
Better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch with shrimp in it.
Yeah, they don't go together well, it doesn't seem.
Jamie Lynch has a master's degree in stupid Twitter debates. And he'll share some of that with us coming up. And, boy, the Sixers are going to have fun tomorrow night. John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The tournament is in full swing. Last weekend was a blast. This weekend should be just as exciting. And DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Get this. All you have to do is bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you'll win $100. It's that simple. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100. And all it takes is $1 bet and that team winning their next game. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code FANATIC. For a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Happy Hour and Bob Cooney on a Wednesday night. Check out Beers with Bob tonight starting at 6.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports bringing you updates and breaking news. Plus, all the betting lines you need. Sit back, crack open a cold one and enjoy Beers with Bob tonight at 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. And then I'd also mention you get reliable in-home Wi-Fi coverage and protection from network threats. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months with no term contract required and get advanced security free with the X5 Gateway. Just activate through the Xfinity app. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/20/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Pro Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
What are real people saying about Skechers Arch Fit footwear? Joe from Hilton Head says, excellent product. I need arch support, and these shoes have it. Joe, Skechers Arch Fit don't just have arch support, they have podiatrist certified arch support that was developed with over 20 years of data. These shoes are great for virtually everybody. Next, Pete from New York writes, great for walking. I stand a lot of work and the Arch Fit keeps me comfortable. My feet don't feel tired at the end of the day. Okay, Pete gets it. He's walking, working, just living in Skechers Arch Fit. And since Arch Fit is the ultimate solution for all-day comfort, his feet still feel good after a long, long day. Now let's hear what Retired for Life from Florida has to say. Bought these for use as everyday wear shoes. The arch support is amazing. All right, look, she's getting the support she needs, and she's also sneaky smart wearing these every day because Skechers Arch Fit are machine washable, so you can keep them looking great no matter how much you wear them. She's a genius. Feel for yourself what everybody's raving about. Find podiatrist-certified Skechers Arch Fit at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World.
The year is 2019, and someone is waiting for the previews to start in a movie theater.
Hey, you want anything? Popcorn? Soda? No, nothing?
This has been The Sounds of the Old World.
Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Hey, this is Anthony Gargano. Listen up. Love doesn't stop, and neither does Golden Nugget Jewelers. Why? Because Golden Nugget Jewelers is where Philly gets engaged. Largest selection of diamonds, clean and safe environment, major financing options, as well as unbeatable prices for name brands such as Verragio and Tacori. So you can find the perfect diamond without breaking the bank. It's time to show your partner how much you love them. Visit Golden Nugget Jewelers at the corner of 8th and Chestnut. Online, GoldenNuggetJewelry.com.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Are you looking for a cool way to get started with golf or improve your game when you can't get on the course? Well, 5 Iron Golf is the perfect place. Then better yet, you can join the league starting Monday. All Fanatic listeners get $100 off league fees. Just DM them on Twitter or Instagram. At 5 Iron Golf, just spell it all out. Tell them Mike sent you, and you'll get $100 off your league fee. Join with friends or solo, and DM them today and mention me, Mike Missinelli, and get $100 off your league fee. Visit 5 Iron at 16th and Chestnut Street in Center City and at 5irongolf.com.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 Small Business Insurance. With 3, your entire business is covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this contractor's business is protected by 3.
Hey, toss me that drill.
Yeah, man. Heads up.
Oh, that looks expensive.
Now this is an insurance moment. But 3's got it covered. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3, no nonsense, just common sense.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live.
Oh, BetMGM has another great offer for new customers, so check this out. If you head on over to the King of Sportsbooks and sign up using the bonus code PATEGAN100, you can win $100 in free bets when you place just a $1 moneyline wager on tonight's Bucks-Celtics game, and the team you bet on wins. Because no matter what the sport is, BetMGM has it. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, or darts. Yes, they even have darts. BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks for a reason, but they also have innovative parlay selection builders, boosted odds specials, daily promotions, so much more. It's why they're the best. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com, but when you do, don't forget, you have to use the bonus code PATEGAN100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager just $1 on the Bucks-Celtics game and you win your wager. That offer is paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You have to be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. They're in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Think of this show as your reward for having to listen to all those political ads this past year.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And we're good for one of these days every single week where stupidity reigns. I'm going to put it towards we didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
I think you're onto something there.
Because there are days where Bob, honestly, I think is, he may have pulled up the one ads.
Tolerates
like
us.
Just saying, what am I doing?
That is not
what
true.
am I doing here? As we're debating, because I thank our YouTube family and our Twitch.tv family for being very smart about it. And
I found myself doing you yesterday. See that?
Well, that's good. That inspires me. Egan, you're being thrown under the bus, too, because chicken cheesesteaks are not a thing.
Okay, cool.
There is no such thing as a chicken cheesesteak.
There's a reason I don't listen to YouTube comments.
So we were just talking about this. What do you call it then?
Well, that's where we get into a discussion.
What would you call it? If the Kincade restaurant opens and you have a chicken steak sandwich on the menu.
Not a chicken cheesesteak.
That's actually good marketing right there.
That's what I would call it.
All right. Yeah. Not a cheesesteak and then in parentheses with chicken.
Yes. Yes.
How about that?
That's what I would do.
That's not as catchy, though.
That's what I would do.
You need
Not
to clean it
a
up
cheesesteak without chicken. That's what I would think.
But like originally, your first gut was
It's like-
chicken sandwich,
like a
and I
guy-
said no.
Guy said to me the other day, "Oh
And
my
I
gosh,
said no.
You're getting on Nick Sirianni about that press conference. Oh my gosh, what would you have said?" I said he didn't have to give a bunch of BS about Howie Roseman having got a lot of great talent, and I said to him, I would have said behind the microphone, "I am so excited to be here and to get a chance to coach the players on this roster." And I didn't get a response back because you don't have to say, Howie does such a great job of picking young players, and we have so much talent, and I can't wait. I'm looking at these guys going, oh my gosh, these are the guys I wanted to have the Colts pick. You didn't need that stupidity. You could have just said, I am so excited to be here, and when I look at this roster, I can't wait to get to know the guys and get a chance to coach them up. Period.
Yeah, here's
Good.
So you I think you just spoke to a class the other day. We've all spoken in front of, crowds, and the way I do it, I don't know about you guys, is I'll just make some bullet points to make sure, don't forget to hit on this, that, and the other. So I don't make big speeches. I just, when I speak in front of people, I know what I want to say. I wonder if some of his bullet points were brother, state championship, Howie, kiss ass. Something, maybe there was bullet points there that Nick Sirianni had to hit on, and that was one of them.
And I want to clarify to Mopar, I'm not hating on Levittown.
No, I grew up not far from there.
I'm hating on the idea of I'm not getting in my car and driving 40 minutes to go get a cheesesteak.
It's a bit of a hike.
When I could drive by 10 places that are awesome and go. And I got to tell you, I think I'd roll into South Philadelphia.
Oh, I'll show you around.
Before I would ever.
Does truffle cheese whiz do anything for you?
No, I'm not a fancy boy like you, but that's all
I don't like truffle.
I know. Why are you pushing it off on everybody?
Because people say it's incredible.
I don't want anything that when you fancy up something, and I love Cuz Radio. And Cuz brought it up yesterday. Somebody, they were talking about, oh, it's great. There's a great cheesesteak place, Cuz. And they put the green pepper on it and everything like that. And Cuz goes, then it's not a cheesesteak.
Yeah, I'm out on green pepper.
When people start fancying stuff up,
Who's saying it?
That's exactly what he said.
I'm out on green pepper on the cheesesteak. Hey, little piece of breaking news in the NFCs. No trade deadline. It's not that big. It's not
in the NFCs.
In the NFCs. And
okay,
that's the only reason I bring it up. It's not NBA related. Washington football team majority owner Dan Snyder is buying out the minority ownership stake of 40.5% of the team. He requested a debt waiver for $450 million. The deal has been approved by the NFL Finance Committee.
Dan Snyder's not being run out.
Nope.
No, he's running everyone else.
He just financially flexed on the rest.
He is not being run out by the minority partners want to run out Dan Snyder.
Well, he might be buying them out because they were trying that.
No, but he just squishes them like a bug and goes, no, here they go.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a backbone because here's a check. You're not going to turn me down.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to go live on an island.
We want to do it's ridiculous.
So Dan Snyder's not going anywhere, staying with the Washington
I'm glad he's not my
team.
owner.
Yes.
But I admire the gumption.
He's a creep.
Say, excuse me. You're not squeezing me out.
Yeah, I'll squeeze you out.
I'll do the squeezing, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, look, if there's any kind of doubt, get rid of the doubt, right? And that's exactly what he did. So
he did. He said, puts it right there.
I look at it as win for the Eagles. Golf clap, win for the Eagles.
Yes,
they've been drafting better lately, though.
But another thing that is a total fallacy, and we can ask Adam about it sometime, is that NFL owners want to get rid of Dan Snyder. I've been told that is complete BS, that other owners want to get rid of Dan Snyder. They're not trying to run off Dan Snyder.
I don't think.
And by the way, they have to approve this.
They care.
They got to approve this.
Yeah.
So he's going to buy them out.
They're all billionaires living in their own world. They don't.
And I think they like seeing him there.
Because he's taking all the bullets for the rest of them.
No, but I also think they like seeing him there because they think they can beat him.
Yeah, sure.
So
he's been inept for a long time.
So that's a guy you want in the job.
Sure. Why would... Have they been wildly successful lately?
No.
You stay where you are, buddy.
You're doing
Pat
just
on
great.
the head.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. It'll get better.
Squirrely Fries says on YouTube, the Cuz was creeping behind Jamie.
Oh, was he?
He talked up. Yes, he was. He lurked in there, sort of a Loch Ness monster. All right, in the linchpin, Jamie has a corner on stupid.
This is the linchpin.
I didn't start this stupidity, though. I just witnessed it. So, these Twitter debates take off sometime where somebody will throw a statement out and it will go viral and people will discuss it for 24 hours and then it kind of fades away. Sex positions. That's one you could possibly get into. Yesterday, I saw one
That never fails to entertain.
Who's the better NBA player? Because somebody made the case that Kyrie Irving is a better player than Allen Iverson. Now, I think he may be...
Kyrie Irving is a better player than Allen Iverson?
I think from a skill set standpoint, you might be able to give him that edge, but Allen Iverson...
what universe?
Well, he's an incredible ball handler. He's an incredible finisher.
Skill set, you're right.
Yeah, skill set-wise. I'm giving Iverson the edge.
But
because
you said player.
Well, the player, if you say player, that might make me lean towards Kyrie Irving.
See, I say you can have great skills, but not be the better player. Because part of it is basketball IQ.
Sure.
And being able to be clutch. And
Absolutely.
being able to be, and also...
I don't think Kyrie Irving could drag in 2001 a team of misfits to the finals like Iverson did.
Never. And also...
And that's what ultimately gives him the edge.
I'll use the balls word. I don't think he's got a quarter of the cojones that Allen Iverson played with or conducted himself with.
Sure.
But and I admire that.
Is it a worthy debate, Bob?
When it comes to toughness, I agree with you. I'll take Iverson there.
And I think mental toughness.
Yeah, I include both.
Oh,
yeah,
Iverson was the
and
mentally
mental.
toughest
Physical
dude
and
in the
mental.
league.
And that's where softy is Kyrie.
So here's your debate, I guess, is, and I'll throw this out for the debate. Kyrie Irving can play with other players. I mean, he played with LeBron. He can play with other players and still be successful. He's doing it now. Iverson, they couldn't find people to play with him. So that might be your knock.
Yeah.
If you're starting a team and you had the choice of Iverson or Irving, knowing you're picking other players on that team, who would you start with?
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
This is what
why it becomes a fair debate.
Exactly. But I'm not looking at them as individuals. In that argument, that's a different argument.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kyrie is the third best player on his team right now.
Yes. But
Allen Iverson was never the third best player on his team ever.
But if Iverson's on the Nets, he might be the third best amongst Harden, Durant, and him.
No, I think Iverson's better than Iverson's better
this is
than
a good
Harden.
argument.
I think I have Durant and Harden as better players than Iverson.
I think Durant better player, Harden not.
Oh,
because Harden
definitely.
to me is Harden's fantastic. He's a fantastic player, but I think that Iverson.
I'm taking Harden.
Really?
Yeah.
Where you fall, Pat?
Yeah, I would go Iverson. I mean, I think, and I'm biased because, I grew up in the perfect time of him, but Stephen A. Smith put it best, that Kyrie's more talented, but Iverson carried a team on his back pretty single-handedly. I mean, he did have Dikembe Mutombo as the defensive player of the year that year, but he carried a franchise for many years by himself at a high level, and that's something that Kyrie has yet to do.
Carried it where? I mean, they reached the finals. I hear you on that.
They completely.
See, this is what I do when questions are asked. I don't go right away and say.
I get you.
I like to hear what everybody
Kyrie
has
hit one of the
to
biggest
say.
shots in NBA Finals
Guess what?
history.
To win a conference championship, he carried them somewhere. Now,
yes, he did. He carried them to the.
Winning
you're right.
the Atlantic Division, you can't say he carried them to a championship.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think winning the Eastern Conference,
Sure.
he carried them.
That's
somewhere.
his shining benchmark.
I mean, it was George Hill and
oh my gosh,
Tyrone Lue or
Oh yeah,
Eddie Jones.
Oh yeah, Dikembe Mutombo. Aaron McKee had a hell of a year.
Yeah, he
George
was
Lynch.
sixth man of the year. I mean, they racked
Don't
up the
forget
awards
Jermaine
that year.
Jones.
How could I forget?
Who?
Jermaine Jones.
He
He actually had like a good playoff run that year.
He did have a nice little
Yeah.
run.
They had Rajah Bell on that team.
Raja.
Toronto series wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Hey, attention, Cherry Hill. You can breathe new life into your home's central air for just $49 with Cardwell's No Breakdown Tune-Up Special. Voted South Jersey's #1 heating and air contractor. Search Cardwell HVAC. I saw yesterday, Bob Cooney, the #1 errors that new homeowners that buy existing properties, the mistakes they make.
All right, what is it?
Let's see if I checked any of them.
#1 was not having an electrician. Well, #1 was not having an inspection.
Oh, yeah.
That's already done.
Yeah.
2 was having a certified electrician come in and check everything.
Smart.
Electrician was 3. #2 was the HVAC system not having it completely taken, like sort of almost like taken apart. Like where the guy looks at
our
every
home inspector
single
took ours apart and
you
looked
have
at them. So we actually negotiated money off because
they
their
say
age.
people are. They say people are. I wouldn't know what to look for.
I wouldn't either.
No,
you got to trust your inspector when you. We
you get a good inspector. Yes,
that's everything.
But the good inspector, they said. Now the weird thing was, it said your inspector should be taking your HVAC sort of apart.
Yes, he did with ours. And he showed me, and he was like, this part right here.
They were showing things. They were like showing you, they're like, if your inspector isn't doing this, they're half-assing it.
My guy was so good that the seller's real estate agent went up to him and was like, can I get your card? I can use you.
Yeah.
He's that thorough. He's great.
The only thing is, as a seller's agent, wouldn't you hate the guy?
Potentially. But if you recognize talent, sometimes you got to grab it.
But as a seller's agent,
I hear
aren't you?
you.
Like, you know what I mean? The seller's agent doesn't want that to happen.
Sure, but she can use him down the line for other cases.
See, now, not like seller's agents like my cousin Katie, who would, of course, want her, make sure everything was perfect.
Sure she would.
She would.
Those are good tips, though.
No, don't judge Katie.
We were originally told the
Katie
seller doesn't want, you shouldn't take an inspection in this market.
What?
And we went, we're getting an inspection.
Of course the seller doesn't want
the
you to have
market's
an
that crazy.
inspection.
I've heard of people recently bypassing inspections.
Okay, how dumb are people?
The market is insane
so
right
you're
now.
you're going to do that?
I know. People will take that risk.
You could buy a mold-ridden house. You can buy houses with bad electrical. You can buy just absolutely terrible things that are going on. So,
number 5 on that list, by the way, was a Wawa.
How close the Wawa is?
I can walk to one.
How about I will have there is a right out my new community when the house is built. There is a Wawa outside the back entrance.
Is it a Taj Mahal Wawa?
No, but there is a Taj Mahal Wawa pretty close by. Mm-hmm. And I consider the Taj Mahal Wawa now. I love that term, by the way. And if someone has not made that shirt yet, that the Taj Mahal Wawa has to have entrances from 2 different sides of the road.
Yes. And a gas station.
It has to have like everything.
Yeah.
Like it's like all set up.
And if the parking lot is pretty good, you've hit gold.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of Wawas that the parking isn't all that great.
There is a great Wawa spot near the hotel where I would stay when I would come to town in Newtown Square. It's a great Wawa, great staff. People are really cool in there, very, very nice. Parking lot, little bit like Super Mario Brothers.
Challenging, yeah.
Getting in and out.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's a great Wawa when you're in it. The parking lot, it's a little like Super Mario Brothers. You got to watch.
Yeah,
you got to maneuver your way through.
You can tone your driving skills in some Wawa parking spots.
It is absolutely awesome. People are loving the YouTube crew has gone off the rails today. Last hour was the cereal. Then it's all about
chicken cheesesteak.
It's all about the chicken cheesesteak. They threw down and said absolutely true. There is no such thing. There is no such thing.
But I just don't know what else you would call it besides your
chicken cheesesteak.
It's a chicken, not cheesesteak.
How about a not a cheesesteak with chicken? It says not a cheesesteak with chicken. You can have
it's a cheesesteak. I don't know what else you would call it.
No.
Shut up! It's a cheesesteak with a chicken. With his anal stuff.
Let's not get into all kinds of stuff like that.
Cucumber in your rectum? Loosen up.
Cuz is rolled in, and that means Natural Lawn of America is taking care of you. Natural Lawn of America, the official lawn care company of spring, scheduled their full-service program to get free seeding every year and peace of mind. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass, fewer weeds guaranteed. Before you start ranting about the cheesesteak, which isn't because it has chicken, there was a note from I reached out the other day when Cuz said his 8-year-old or 10-year-old.
He had one of each.
Had the practice yesterday.
Oh, 8-year-old, yeah.
His 8-year-old had a 3-hour baseball practice.
Oh, yeah, Sunday.
Anthony's in heaven.
My buddy runs a baseball academy for the kids who are like 12 to 14 that then start doing the elite travel teams and everything like that. And Major League Baseball ties, things like that. He said he never has baseball team on the field for more than 2 hours ever.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
That's a long practice. So I texted
to hold attention of kids.
I texted Cuz and I said a 3-hour practice for 8-year-olds?
Yeah.
That's crazy town.
You loved it.
I loved every second of it.
That is crazy. By the way, Prop Swap.
Yes, absolutely. Prop Swap is America's exclusive #1 app to buy and sell sports bets. And Prop Swap is a huge advantage we all use to find the best odds in the country. So download the free Prop Swap app.
Hi, Anthony.
What are you doing now? You're trying to rename a chicken cheesesteak. You come up here and you're raising, holy hell, certain things you got to leave alone, brother.
It's like a talk with the Godfather.
I'm thrilled that you're here, like beyond the moon that you're here. I love you. But there are certain things that you got to keep your anal, fastidious ways.
Oh, now you're using SAT words
all
on
right?
me.
You got to keep your hands off of it.
So
that includes the chicken. So what? It doesn't make sense to you.
Wait a minute. You got
matter.
yesterday when
Leave it alone.
When I was listening to Cuz Radio yesterday, you told a caller very dismissively, shortly, and excellently that if you put green peppers on a cheesesteak, it's not a cheesesteak.
Nasty.
Yeah,
so now you're telling me that a cheesesteak that doesn't have any steak in it is a steak. I say double standard on the Cuz. Violation. Violation.
We have called it a chicken cheesesteak, right? Like, that's been the name of it.
How about a chicken Philly?
No.
That's what one of the people suggested.
That sounds like it would be at the Marriott in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, can I have a chicken Philly? Oh, I would love a chicken Philly.
At the Marriott. By the way, we would not go to the Marriott if we're there. There's a former, there's a great kitchen to eat at. Cuz would love it.
Oh, yeah?
She's sort of not considered politically correct anymore.
Oh, no. I'm not saying no against that. I'm saying her food, from what I've heard at that place in Savannah, is excellent.
Spectacular.
Wow.
Spectacular. Yeah, spectacular.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like, how about a line of 50 people at lunch?
Wow, really?
To get a table. Cuz would have some,
what's the
some tasty items.
What is the dish of choice?
Oh, her macaroni and cheese side would make you weep.
Wow.
And she's got a chicken cheesesteak that's out of this world.
And it's a chicken cheesesteak.
A little side of some racism.
That is very, very fun. Is that the idea though? Is that okay? So, because Cuz is like guidance, here as far as coming back into town and everything. But I mean, is it so? There's nobody going to like meet me at my car today, right? Over this take, Cuz you haven't.
Nah, I called it off.
Okay, you called it off. Just want to make sure.
I said nah.
Just want to make sure.
It's not that big of a violation, but violation nonetheless.
You know what it is I love him to death.
I like that you say your anal stuff is just a great drop anyway. That's just a great. That's a great. So, are you having a cheesesteak today on National Cheesesteak Day?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
he's being real disciplined anymore.
I'm actually like on a strict.
Okay, so you're being strict
kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
We will not tempt you with the Fat Boy cheesesteak that everybody's telling me we got to go get.
I'm getting one on the way.
We're going to get a cheesesteak.
Oh, wow. I might have to make it. I love, they're my favorite. That's a weakness.
Oh, a cheesesteak is a weakness.
Oh, I could, now you got me going. Thinking about it. The Fat Boy cheesesteak. Where's that at? Oh, man. What's that about?
Mama's right down the street.
Oh, the Mama's?
Yeah, it's a fat guy cheesesteak.
That's it. Yeah, that's a monster.
I like this. And I like Ryan Doherty, as we'll close out today on YouTube, going, JK, take a chill pill, chicken cheesesteak. Doesn't make sense, but it's a Philly thing. Ryan, I've been Philly my whole damn life. You're not going to tell me what Philly is. I don't need a doctorate course in Philly.
Right, but the name is ingrained. It's already...
it is fugazi cheesesteak.
It's
what it is. It is.
It's delicious.
I love you, Cuz. Love you, Cuz. Can't wait for. We're waiting for Cuz Radio coming up with Tunis on remote.
Yes,
still on remote. But hopefully he's doing well. Don't miss a minute of it for Bob and for Jamie and for Pat and for Coach. And it's game time tomorrow at 8:30. We're gonna have a great time. John Kincade Show. You're on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs. And their unique approach to lawn care has reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%, creating a safer lawn for your family and pets to enjoy. Locally owned and